Here we go. It's the late night boxing talks. We're going to let the list populate. We got a couple of interesting subjects I want to cover tonight. One of the ones that just caught my attention is Ryan is still downplaying alphabet titles. He's still downplaying what it means to be a world champion in the sport of boxing. You know, he said something along the lines of they always use titles to talk up fights. They always use titles. And the thing is that while it is true that the titles are used as a marketing angle, it's not just a marketing angle, it's a process. It's actually a necessary process, a grooming process to weed out the pretenders. Because if I tell you, well, look at this guy ain't never going to win a world title. Well, he can't be a very good fighter if that's what I'm saying about him, right? If I say, yo, look, this dude, he campaigns at 140 and he don't win a title from nobody in that division. He don't beat none of them guys that got the belts, right? If I tell you that, well, it doesn't sound like he's a very good fighter, does he? Now, if I tell you the opposite, if I tell you he beats all the guys with the belts up there, he beat anybody that got a belt, it don't matter. If I tell you he beats any guy that got a belt, well, suddenly it's a very different conversation now, ain't it? And what Ryan is essentially doing is trying to overstate the importance of his upcoming fight with Gervonta Davis, saying that, even though it ain't for a major title, and it ain't, that somehow it's more important. The winner of that fight, was goody David, was goody Toby, real talk. The winner of that fight, whether it's Ryan or Gervonta, they ain't the best 135 pounder. And you ain't the best 140 pounder neither. Whoever win that fight, that's like a social media fight. That's just a step above Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, because that's the kind of air that fight got. Y'all not trying to get down with the other guys at the weight. How long people been waiting for Gervonta to get down with Lomachenko? That's been going on for like 4 years, maybe more, 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. Now, matter of fact, I'm bugging. That's been going on for 6, 7 years, because I remember people in 2017 saying, yo, they want to see him fight Lomachenko. I remember that when they was both at 130. It's been going on forever. And Ryan definitely ain't got the resume to be talking like that. Like, how, fam? He's putting a burden on himself to not just win the fight, because you can't be talking like that and then don't win the fight. You got to win the fight. Moreover, the fight got to sell. You got to prove. It's more than one burden attached to that. Obviously, you want to win the fight. You ain't fighting to lose. You fighting to win. You ain't training to lose. You training to win, I assume, if the fight actually takes place. And it's not just fighting and winning. It's also how the fight performs at the box office, because a lot of people are acting like this is the most important fight in boxing, and I don't think it is. I don't think it's the most important fight in boxing, far from it. I don't think it's the most important fight at lightweight or super lightweight. It's not. Y'all using y'all popularity to skip steps. You and him is doing that. That's how I feel about that. Ryan is doing it, and so is Gervonta. Gervonta been doing it for years. Oh, I don't got to fight him because I sell. Oh, I don't got to fight for that because I sell. I dig it. You don't sell nothing. You don't sell nothing above 300,000 buys. So you really don't sell that much. And you've been on pay-per-view 5 times, and you still ain't cracked 300,000. That's just reality. That's just numbers. So you really ain't that big a draw. Motherfucking Canelo versus Liam Smith sold more than that. And he wasn't even in what he is now. Canelo versus Lara, he definitely wasn't in what he is now. And that sold more than the average Gervonta Davis pay-per-view, because the average Gervonta Davis pay-per-view don't come nowhere near the 300,000. But the excuse is, oh, I don't got to do that because I sell this much. I don't got to fight him because I sell this much. I don't got to A, B, C, and D. And Ryan just riding that same wave that, oh, I don't got to fight for a belt. I don't got to do that. Belts don't matter. According to who? If you stop boxing today, having not fought for a belt, you think you're going to get in the Hall of Fame? You know what? Maybe you don't want to be in the Hall of Fame. Maybe that don't matter to you. Clearly it don't. You know what I mean? If that's where you at with your mental. You don't care about the Hall of Fame. You're not trying to be remembered for nothing. You ain't fought in one of them memorable fights that people gonna be talking about 10 years from now. Your hope is that this fight is that. And you better win. You better win. Talking like that, you better win. Moreover, talking like that, it better sell. Because you talking about this like this is, I don't know, Superman versus Hulk or something. Like, you talking like this is like, I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, what it do, Mr. T? What it do, country? What it do? What it do? And yeah, I seen Ryan Garcia talking about he willing to fight Lomachenko after Javante. I'm like, it's a byproduct. I do believe that it's a byproduct of this generation to just say silly things because they think trolling is cute. They think trolling is like a way to compensate for something, and it's not. The shit just come out sounding stupid. The shit you saying. He's a robot, then what are you? You got knocked down by the same dude he beat easy. If he's a robot, not that I'm, this big Lomachenko fan. I'm just saying that, all right, you said some shit in public, and now the public is reacting to it, and the shit sounds stupid. If he a robot, what are you for going life or death with that same Luke Campbell then? What are you? What does that make that performance? Shit is childish, bro. I know one thing. Don't talk all this extra shit about this Davis fight and then sell fucking 500,000 bars. Don't do that. Y'all had to do all that to sell 500,000? Y'all better sell 2 mil the way y'all talking. Y'all better sell 2 mil with this shit. This shit better break records, bro. It better. The way they talking. This shit better be, I don't even know what. Because they really try to act like the shit is major, and it's not major. I lived through major fights. I know the feeling when major fights roll around. This fight don't have it. It's a lot of young people. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. Y'all don't know what a major fight is. Y'all probably came up in the Mayweather era, and the closest thing you had seen to a major fight was the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. And you know if you lived through that, well, this definitely ain't that. That shit, that shit was an event. I know that the fight didn't live up to the expectations that a lot of people wanted. A lot of people thought it was going to be an action fight. I didn't. I knew it was going to be a chess match. I picked Mayweather to win. Yeah, I mean, nothing against Manny, but picked him to win. And I know that the fight's aesthetic did not live up to the expectations that people thought it would be. They thought it was going to be a gunfight. I don't know why they would have thought a Mayweather fight was going to be a gunfight. Better still, this fight with Ryan and Javante is nowhere on the level of Maypac. Nah, you bugging. This kid can't crack 300,000, and you ain't never even been on pay-per-view, so we don't even know what you good for. You good for Instagram followers, which is free. You good for Twitter, which is free. We don't know what you do at the box office. If you really had it like that, you would be at the box office. You could bring in 300,000 bars with Emmanuel to go if you really was that guy. Not that guy, pal. Dennis Boston. Shout out to my man Dennis. Bill Clinton said De La Hoya versus Mayweather. I guess he don't like Floyd Mayweather. I ain't worried about that, to be real with you. But yeah, yo, it's a good fight. When they do it, I am gonna buy it. I tell no lies. I am gonna buy the fight, of course. I'm a boxing fan, and I ain't a brokey. I don't gotta be sitting here playing with illegal streams to watch boxing like them bums on Twitter. That shit pathetic. A lot of y'all motherfuckers in y'all mid-30s stealing shit. You might as well be shoplifting, you fucking bums. I hate y'all. Fucking bums. I gotta take the gloves off today because the whole price hike shit, I realized how many of these motherfuckers is complaining. And I'm like, it just, I often discuss that shit too, like motherfuckers complaining. But bitch, you expect me to believe you paying $300 and better for pay-per-views on top of subscription prices. You expect me to believe that? So you could turn around and start crying about low $225? That shit hurt? For a year. That shit hurt? You fucking bum. Motherfuckers is bums, bro. I don't give a shit. I be trying to be civil about this shit, but I seen that and I ain't even going to frown. I was like, oh, so you a bum. That's how I was feeling. Like, if I'm going to keep it real, like, bro, $225 for 12 months of boxing is still a good deal. I'm going to be real. That's still a good deal. I'm getting Cordina versus Rakhimov. I'm getting Taylor versus Serrano. Shout out to Amanda Serrano. I'm getting Bivol Buatsi, Joshua Franklin, Canelo Rada. And that's not even a whole year. That's not everything they're going to do in a year. That's just the regular fights that ain't pay-per-view. I'm getting that on top of more stuff. You know what I mean? But y'all expect me to believe that the same people complaining about that is the same people that's about to buy Benavidez versus Plant and Spence versus Thurman and Garcia versus Davis. You idiots, do the math on them fights. 80 times 3, you dumb motherfucker. 80 times 3. You expect me to believe that you gonna pay that, but this hurts? Nah, I know what it is. You steal shit. That's what it is. You don't pay for shit. The fuck you be paying for? You don't pay for shit. Shut the fuck up. Don't pay for nothing. Bum ass motherfuckers expecting shit to be free. Shit is crazy out here. Why do Spanish people drink coffee before bed? Esa es la tradición. Café con leche se quiere casar con una niñita de la capital. It's not really café con leche. It's actually arroz con leche, but I changed it to café con leche because I don't eat rice pudding. Café con leche se quiere casar con una viudita de la capital. You know what I mean? That shit is bum shit. Motherfuckers will sit there on Twitter lying about what fights they buy. And I don't say it enough. I gotta get my head out of the matrix to realize, damn, you that big a bum to be lying about shit like that. Shit is bum shit, bro. Motherfuckers is some real life bums. Yeah, it's worth it. Well worth it. I like Eddie Hearn's fights better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really like when we broached the subject before, I tried to be a little bit impartial because I didn't want to be insensitive to the financial situations of other people. But at the same time, I just kept thinking to myself, the main people that's criticizing this price hike are the same people that pretend they gonna buy all them pay-per-views on Showtime. And it's silly, bro. Like, yo, you gotta pay $132 if you want a month to month for Showtime. That's $132 at the end of the year, plus the pay-per-views. They've already announced about 3 of them. Could be 4. And that's just, we still in the beginning of the year, so you know there could be more later on. And you telling me, oh, that ain't nothing, you got it. But $225 hurt your pocket? Fuck out my face, B, you lying motherfucker. You don't buy shit. You don't buy shit. That's why Ruiz versus Ortiz didn't crack 100,000 buys. Because of bum-ass motherfuckers like you. That's why Wilder versus Helenius didn't do 100,000. Because of bum-ass motherfuckers like you. Sitting there arguing all day when you shoplifting at the boxing supermarket. You a shoplifter, bro. You a pocketbook thief. Shut the fuck up, man. Motherfuckers is really out here stealing that shit. Fucking ridiculous. Plus, Golden Boy got Stanionis versus Ortiz. That's a good-ass fight. Fuck. That's a good-ass fight. The fight they just had this weekend with Luis Nery and Hova something. He got mad letters in his name. That was a good-ass fight. That was a good-ass fight. Boxing fan. fake ass boxing fans. The American market, I'm going to drive down to the zone and I'm going to talk to Joe and I'm going to tell Joe, forget about the American market. Forget about it. Forget about that shit. Them guys out there expecting y'all to put out boxing matches for free. That's what they expecting. All these guys that claim to support Showtime, right? They claim to support him. If that shit is true, right? That all them fights is mean, all them shits is sick. Then why the bars look like that? Why the ratings look like that? You arguing with some dumb ass motherfuckers. I won't do it. I don't do it. I don't argue with people on Twitter no more. I don't got time for that silly ass shit. Motherfucker have a picture of a cartoon character where their face supposed to be at, and I'm supposed to sit here and have a whole dialogue with you. Fuck out my face, B. Silly ass motherfuckers, man. Motherfucker have a cartoon like motherfucker have a picture of like any shit other than them. Man, get the fuck out my face, B. Arguing and shit. That shit's stupid. Gotta do all that dumb shit just to use social media. Gotta do all that dumb shit. Shout out to my man Drew. With the beer money. Ryan Garcia tweeting like a chiva right now. Belts don't matter again, but ask Canelo, Usyk, Plant, Fulton, Inouye. And might I add that every single one of those pugilists does in fact make more money than Ryan. They're not just more accomplished than Ryan. It's not a debate that they're more accomplished than Ryan. They also make more money than Ryan. You think Ryan is making what Usyk made fighting Joshua? What Usyk made fighting Tony? But no, you're not getting that. So what are you talking about? Like, you acting like you found the cheat code or the shortcut to the bag. No, you didn't. You could do this with this one fight. With this one fight, you probably going to get a decent sized bag. But after that, then what? And even the bag that you're going to get for this, it still ain't bigger than the bags that Joshua was getting fighting for belts. The bag that Usyk got fighting for belts. So what are you talking about? The bags that Canelo get, being who he is. He make me proud to be Mexican, which is saying a lot because I'm not Mexican. I'm Dominican. Motherfucker, make me proud. Viva Mexico, cabrones! Motherfuckers. Motherfucker really think he found a cheat code to the bag. You got one fight you could do that shit with. You got one fight. And you better win that shit, Ryan. You better win that shit. For all the shit you saying, you better win that shit. And that shit better do 3 million pay-per-views. 5 million. For all the shit y'all saying. Motherfucker talking about that shit like that's Hulk versus Superman or some shit. That's just y'all two motherfuckers. I ain't even hyped for that shit. You know why? Because whoever win that shit, you ain't gonna fight Devin. You're not going to fight Devin. You're not going to fight Shakur. Y'all know y'all don't want no problems with them, man. Y'all want no problems with them kids, man. They will embarrass y'all. Embarrassed. Y'all will shit the bed if y'all got to fight them. And y'all know that. Y'all know that. You can say all that bullshit. I see what people say about Devin. Oh, he hoe. Oh, yeah. Just put Ryan in there. I bet you $500 he'll beat the shit out of Ryan. I bet you. He'll school him. I don't want to hear no, oh, he hoe. Oh, I don't give a shit about none of that shit. I know if you put Ryan in the same ring with Devin going to take him to school. Shakur going to take him to school. That's all I know. I don't know about all that other shit. Wide, unanimous decision. That's what I know. 5 minutes with Wilder, Jules. You might convince him to dump Shelley and Al and go on a 3-fight winning streak in Europe. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, see? I'm trying to tell you. Wilder, you need to listen to me, bro. You don't need to stay loyal to Showtime. Unless they paying you for your loyalty, you don't need to be loyal to them. That shit don't even make sense. You supposed to pay for exclusivity, feel me? That, okay, bang, you don't want me to go nowhere. You want me to stay on your platform. What is that worth to you? You got a contract with a big cash guarantee for me? No? All right, then then wait. Why should I not go over there and get all that money? Why not? You're not paying me to stay over here, so why shouldn't I go over there and get all that money? Why not? They got it. We know they got it. Silly ass shit. Right now talking cash shit about Loma. Yeah, I seen that cash shit. I seen that bullshit. I was like, bro, you acting like you really talking like you got a better resume than the people that you be talking about. You don't have a better resume than Devin. You don't have a better resume than Stevenson. You don't have a better resume than Lomachenko. You don't have a better resume than Prograis, than Taylor. You wildin'. So for that, look, this about to be a big fight. This shit better do big fight numbers. Don't talk this cash shit and y'all get out there and it do 300,000 buys, 500,000 buys. Don't talk this cash shit. You talking some real cash shit. This motherfucker better do 3 million buys in America, not even counting the UK or Australia. 3 million buys for the shit he talking. DHP said, Jules, do you think DAZN should a separate price tag just for boxing? I feel like they're force feeding me all them other sports I don't care about. Just give me boxing. I do agree with that. I agree that there should be a package that just includes boxing content at a reduced price. Eddie Hearn, Joe Markowski, are y'all listening? Prepare the pugilistic package, which comes at a reduced price of $9.99. The old price. Nah, make it 15. Get some money. Just make it the pugilistic package, the pugilistic DAZN package, right? For the fans that they just there for the boxing, just bang, give them that. And bang, that package, that bundle. You get the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn bundle. Yeah, and the Lee Baxter bundle, because Lee Baxter got to deal with DAZN. You know what I mean? The boxing content, just play with that idea that maybe you come up with a bundle, the Golden Boy Matchroom bundle, the Golden Boy Matchroom Lee Baxter bundle, and we get all that boxing at a reduced cost. Just think about it. It might work. It might work. You know what I mean? Because, it's, to me, you can't basically downplay what Devin accomplished or Shakur and these other kids that's at or around this weight. You acting like you did some shit that they didn't do. You ain't done shit. You got catching up to do with them. Devin is undisputed, bro. I don't care. Oh, he got to eat. Man, whatever, bro. He undisputed, bro. What are you? He is undisputed. What did you do? Emmanuel to go. Javier Fortuna. Javante, what you did? Isaac Cruz. Yuriorkis Gamboa. Madio Badios. The fuck? What the fuck? The fuck is going on here, man? They must have been drinking that water from Ohio. They must have been drinking that Ohio water with the methane in it. Because I'm like, yo, y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. I hope this fight is as big as y'all say it is. Because if it's not, that's going to be embarrassing. I hope this shit better sell 3 million buys in North America. The way they talking about that shit. Don't talk all this shit and get out there and sell fucking 350,000 buys. Don't fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Belts don't matter. Yeah, right, motherfucker. Nobody never got to be the cash cow of boxing thinking like that. Nobody. Not Floyd, not Oscar, not Manny, not Canelo, not Sugar. Nobody got to be the cash cow of boxing thinking like that. Times didn't change. You just trying to get a shortcut. Times didn't change. It didn't. People still want to see the best fighters versus the best fighters, and that's why the numbers is low, because times didn't change. Y'all keep trying to find ways not to do that. Oh, I don't gotta fight Devin. I'm not interested. What the fuck? Who you think is interested in you versus Emmanuel to go? You think more people was interested to see you fight Javier Fortuna? Or would they have been more interested to see you fight Devin? Stupid ass shit, man. Stupid ass shit from a bunch of dumb ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Talk that cash shit and then get out there and do Mayweather versus Berto numbers. Don't do it. Don't do it. They talking about this shit like this is Thanos versus Darkseid. Thanos versus Apocalypse. Goku versus Saitama, the One Punch Man. That's how they talking about this shit. You know what this shit is? This is two dudes that don't want to fight nobody. That's what it is. That's what that shit is. They don't want to fight nobody. Javante don't want to fight shit. The fuck is he talking about? Loma been your homework and you still ain't do it. Now you gonna get left back. Loma was your homework. Lopez did that. Haney about to do that. That was your homework. Before people knew who they was, that was your homework. You ain't did it. You failed the test. Failed the fucking test. Tevin Farmer, what happened to Tevin Farmer? You couldn't fight Tevin Farmer? Oh, bullshit. 7.5 weeks to promote a two. Exactly, right? Exactly. They ain't even announced this shit. An announcement is imminent. It's imminent. I've been hearing that shit. Oh, yo. I don't know how long I've been hearing that shit. An announcement is imminent. Yo, dog, if the announcement is imminent, then what the fuck was that shit last year? Didn't y'all announce this shit last year? Then if these stupid motherfuckers want to argue with me. Motherfuckers made an announcement about an announcement. Next year, we gonna announce it. Dumbass shit. Motherfuckers announced this shit last year. This shit supposed to be done by now. Didn't they announce this shit last year? They did. They have agreed to terms. Then what are we doing right now then? If they agreed already, then what we doing? Dumbass shit. No spitting in boxing. It is, yeah, yo, that was so low class. You're not supposed, yo, listen, man. Larry Holmes climbed on top of a car and leg dropped Trevor Burbick. All right? Motherfucking Roberto Duran was making passes at Sugar Ray Leonard's wife. All right? All right? This is that sport. I don't know what the fuck. The fuck? Motherfucking Mike Tyson was wearing a tight-ass shirt and ran across the stage to bite Lennox Lewis on the leg, or on the ankle. Lennox said he looked down, and that was Mike right there biting him. All right? This is that sport. Spitting on the motherfucker. Shit. Shout out to Mauricio Lara, Bronco Lara, coño. Viva Mexico. The fuck? And motherfuckers are sitting here clutching, pearl clutch. He spat on him. Oh no. My God, curved. Fucking twat ass shit. He don't like him. He don't like him. Right? They got history. And I believe that it's good for the fighters to be that way. These rivalries, when the guys don't like each other, that shit sells, man. That shit sells. That's what people want to see. They want to see the animosity. They want to see the volatility. That's what they want to see. They want to see motherfuckers that don't like, nah, it ain't just boxing. I don't like him. You know, that's what people want to see. It was so low class. Yo, dog, in case you haven't realized, boxing is a poor man's sport. That's what it's always been. It's the sport of the common man. Because that's the one thing we got in common. We don't fucking like each other. We all want money. Meanwhile, Tank abuses. Yo, talk about it. See, this is why I love my subscribers. Bray said it best. Meanwhile, Tank abuses women, and Copinger had no issue with it. He's more pressed that Lara spat exactly. Here you got a two-time domestic abuser. He's on camera shaking homegirl. I don't see no pearl clutching when it come to that. He got the other joint so mad, the West Indian joint so mad, she put baby doodle in his toothbrushes. What are you doing to that woman that she's that mad? What the fuck are you doing? Better eat her ass. Eat that shit. Putting doodle on your toothbrush. Better eat her ass. Chill her out. Lara, did you spit on? Claro que sí. Como que no? Como que no? You got a two-time domestic abuser who was driving without a license, slammed into a car, totaled the car. There's 4 people in the car. One of the people is pregnant, and you sitting here clutching your pearls because Lara spat on Warrington. Get the fuck out of my face, B. Fuck out of here. Boxing is made of many degenerates. We all are, bro. We all are. And I love it. I fucking love it. That's what makes boxing the ultimate microcosm for life itself. No sport like the sport of boxing is a parallel for life itself. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you spit on somebody, times they spit on you. Times you get away with a gift decision, sometimes they get away with a gift decision on you. There is no parallel better for life than the sport of boxing. I fucking love it. I love it. It's a beautiful sport. Boxers, the male boxers, the female boxers. I love it all, bro. I love it all. I love Frank Warren. I know he don't put on the best undercards, but I still like Frank Warren because he's just a funny guy, and I like that. He an OG. Same with Bob. Eddie is the young go-getter. Ben Shalom is his little stepsister. It's like if Eddie is the what do they call that shit? You know, like the favorite child or whatever. You know, England's favorite son. Ben is like the stepson or the neighbor, the ugly neighbor boy that come over and fuck everything up. But he trying though. He is trying, you know. So you got to give him credit. He's doing what he can. And you know what I'm saying? All this pearl clutching. He spat on him. Bro, this dude is hitting women. And y'all not pearl clutching. This dude is hitting women. He's on camera shaking a joint. Where's the pearl clutching? That's wrong. You shouldn't spit. But that's okay? Or so you could drive drunk, flip a Ferrari. That's okay. No pearl clutching. You could get in a vehicle. You don't even got a license. You shouldn't even be driving. Slam into people. Slam into their car. Totally. One of the people in the car is with child. No pearl clutching. Y'all fake as fuck, man. Fake as fuck. Will said Lara spitting on Warrington isn't even that big a deal. If Mike Tyson was fighting in today's time, he'd be canceled by tomorrow. Nah, because he whooped their ass for trying to cancel him. That generation, not this one. This generation, ugh. It's this fucking island, man. I always see pictures of it on Google. It's like an island. It's one house on the island in the middle of the shit. I would like to go there to get away from all these pearl clutching motherfuckers. He spat on him, I know. But hitting the girls is all right because you cool with Al, because you used to be cool with Al, or because of the sources. The sources, you got to keep the sources. Enough don't get said about that. That's ridiculous to me. But that's a sign of how skewed and obtuse things are now. You worried about him spitting on him when they done fought 2 times, but you ain't worried about this little butterball stay putting his hands on females. Why? Why? Why don't that bother you? Bother me? Bother us? Don't bother them. Gervonta is a stir. Nah, what he is a butterball. And I hope him and Ryan knock each other out and go away. Just go away. I'm more excited about Devin and Lomachenko than that shit. I'm not even, that's not cat. That's a real fight of champions. The former champion versus the current champion. The undisputed, the lineal, the Ring Magazine, the motherfucking one. That's a real fight. What y'all trying to do is skip all of them with each other. That's what it's always been. I don't gotta fight him. I don't. Yeah. Then how the fuck you gonna get my money if you don't? That's why you've been on pay-per-view 5 times, and now one of them times you did 300,000 buys. That's why. That's why. What you think you gonna fight Isaac Cruz again? If you knock out Ryan, what you gonna do? I'm more bothered by guys not fighting each other. For real. Salute Plant for purchasing David Benavidez's domain name. You know what I mean? This shit is childish, bro. Shit is stupid. Belts don't matter. Who the fuck told you that shit? Fuck you got that shit from? Ain't not no cash cow in boxing that ever really see you thought that because Javante got all them Mickey Mouse belts that you could do that. He not no cash cow. What life-altering money has anybody ever got for fighting Javante Davis? When you a cash cow in the sport of boxing, that means that you get the kind of money you could never get. Not on your own. Caleb got $10 million with Canelo. Why? Is he a $10 million fighter? No. But he got it. Why? Because King Canelo made that shit happen. Motherfucking Anthony Joshua got Charles Martin $7 million. $7 million fucking dollars. That's how many times you could suck my dick with this bullshit. $7 million, bro. That's cash cow shit. Say moo. Stupid bastards. Think y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. You know what the fuck you talking about? Did that whopping on Mr. T act crazy. Grown Mexican having a mental breakdown in a foreign country. I don't have no idea what he talking about. I don't know. I don't even know what that's a reference to. But yeah, yo, that shit dumb as shit, bruh. What life-altering money Isaac Cruz got? What life-altering money Rolly Romario got? What life-altering money? They didn't get no life-altering money. Motherfucking AJ opponents get paid more than motherfucking Davis opponents. AJ opponents get more money than them. Shit don't make no sense. No sense. Fucking stupid ass shit, yo. Shit is crazy. Motherfuckers need to stop pretending. Look, all I'm going to say about that shit is, you saying belts don't matter. Belts don't matter no more, right, Ryan? They don't matter. You better do 2-3 million with this shit then. Because belts don't matter. Your fight is the only thing that matters, I guess, right? With Hamburger Helper. Makes a great meal. Your fight with the Butterball. With Mia X or Mia whatever. MIA, whatever the fuck his name is, whatever. With Manny Fresh. Baby Manny Fresh. The Garden Gnome of Baltimore. That's the only thing that matters. You better do 3 million then. I got 4 million followers on Pinstagram. How many of them are going to buy this fight? Half? If you could get half of them to buy the fight, that would be very good. Are half of them going to buy the fight? What sound does the mythological cash... We're not going to do that. I'm not a hater. I'm not going to allow myself to become a hater. I'm just keeping it real. If you want to do the fight in America, which I don't think is wrong, I don't think it's wrong to want to do the fight in America. There's nothing wrong with that. But the question is, if you want the fight in America, who's going to pay for it? Somebody has to. Ain't nobody out here fighting for free. I know she ain't about to fight for free. Savannah don't want to fight for free. Was she going to get on a plane, come over here, fight for free? No, somebody got to pay for it. People don't want to understand. I seen all that shit that people were saying on Twitter. And it's like, yo, y'all dumb or something? The money to pay the fighters, to do the show, all of that, Boxer paid for that. And Boxer's based out of the UK. ESPN and Top Rank didn't pay for that. Boxer paid for that. Now, what you saying is, yo, I don't want to go back to the UK. Cool. Then you need to find someone here to pay for the fight. It's not complicated. They trying to make it seem like, oh, she don't want to come over here. She's scared. Like, bro, do you know how fucking stupid you sound? Do you know how fucking dumb you sound? It's not complicated. It's cool. You want to do the fight in America. I dig it. You won the first one. I understand that. But okay, if that's how you feel, you got to find somebody to pay for the fight. I don't know. ESPN? I don't know. But somebody got to pay for it. It ain't going to pay for itself. You better stop talking greasy about my god tank. Yo, look. We can have a long conversation about the different things that I think went wrong that did not help her marquee value and situation in America. But if I do that, I would be accused of being a hater when I'm just sticking to the facts, the things that help and the things that don't. So I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to say is, yo, if you want to fight in America, which is not wrong, it's not wrong to want that, somebody got to pay for it. These fights cost money. Everything costs money. Everything. You want to get paid. Obviously, she want to get paid. To rent out the arena to do the show, got to get paid. Somebody has to be willing to gamble their money in America. Somebody has to be willing to gamble their money on that show that you and her can bring it back, because that's what it is, and that's how it works. You need a promoter with a network, with a budget. Yo, we think this shit will sell over here. We think this shit will do 20. We could sell 20,000 tickets at the big room at MSG. You need somebody that got the money to do the show, to gamble on the show so it can happen. Otherwise, it don't happen. Shit is not free. The reason the show even happened the first time is because Boxer paid for the show. Now, cool, you don't want to go back there. Find somebody out here to pay for the show then. Not complicated. It never really is, to be real. It never really is. It's not complicated. I'm not knocking her for wanting it over here. I'm not. I had some dickhead name. What's this stupid motherfucker's name? Let me go look. Motherfucker got mad. You hating. No, you're dumb. You're fucking dumb. That's the problem. The fuck is this idiot's name? What is this moron? I'm trying to find this idiot's name. Lamar Edwards, right? That fucking genius. That fucking member of MIMSA. I'm hating because I'm telling you that to do the rematch, it costs money. That's hating. Man, go comb your pussy hair, you fucking idiot. Dumb motherfucker. I ain't said a bad word. All I said was, yo, look, Clarissa herself said that Showtime tried to cut her money. That's not some shit I'm making up. She said that. They told her, yo, nah. She said, yo, I want to be on pay-per-view. They was like, nah, your following is not big enough. They said that. I posted the quotes for you, you stupid motherfucker. And you gonna get mad at me. Dumb motherfucker. Jules, you think them PBC fighters can miraculously grow a brain and a sack to sue Heyman? A class action lawsuit could go a long way. I don't think we far off from that, bro. I don't think we far off from that. He getting mad at me because I posted quotes from her. That's where the quotes was from. She said that. And I'm telling you, look, Showtime didn't want to do that. I don't see ESPN volunteering like, yo, look, we'll do the fight. We'll give you the money. We'll pay her. You come over. We gonna do it. That's all I'm saying. It costs money to put on boxing matches. In case you fifth grade brain motherfuckers don't realize that, it costs money. It's a flip. I invest A so I could get back B. That's how any business works. Like, all right, I got you. I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay her. Because I believe that the show, if we do it here, it'll do this. It's not complicated. There's nothing complicated about it. Your problem is, you know what your problem is? I'm going to wager you have very little responsibilities. So you don't understand shit like that. That there's nothing free in life. You don't just put on a show for fucking free. Ain't nobody out here going to do a whole camp to fight in a fight for free. It take money to do shit. And when you put on a show, you know why you putting it on? In the hopes that you can make money. You fucking idiot. What's his name? Lamar Odom? Lamar Edwards. Stupid motherfucker. Yeah, this the Monday couch, bro. This the Monday couch. For real, B. Motherfucker acting like I said some foul shit. Like, bro, I'm telling you the facts. And that's where this generation is at. You can't tell them the facts because if you do, they get offended. You getting offended by fucking reality. I tell you what, go crawl under a rock and stay in that shit. And then every so often, crawl from under it and then kick it barefoot. You stupid motherfuckers. Caleb Plant biting off War like Chisora slapping it on a swap meet Hanes shirt and selling it for 50 cash. He know ain't no back end money. Yo, I'm trying to tell you. Back end money. You know what I love about these motherfuckers? They'll hear some shit. They'll hear like a buzzword. Won't know what it means. Back end money. They've been repeating that shit for years. Not even know what back end money. What money? What are you talking about? And they so sure of the back end money. The back end on back end around in the back end. They are so sure. They don't even know what that is. Let me tell you something. If I did a job 7 years ago, I want my money from that job 7 years ago. I don't want to be getting increments for that job that I did 7 years ago, 7 years later. Something wrong if that's what's going on. But that's what's going on at the PBC. They like it in the back. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers in the back end. Man, shut the fuck up. You heard Mayweather say that, and you acting like you know what it means. You don't know what the fuck it means. What we talking about? Hot dog money? Popcorn money? Soda machine money? T-shirt money? What are we talking about? We talking about the upside of a pay-per-view? What are we talking about? Sponsorships, endorsements? What are we talking about? Ad revenue? Commercials? The back end money. Motherfuckers take it in they back end, and that's why they motherfucking brain is like that. The back end money. You said you 50 on the Lara Wood fight, right? Nah, I picked, listen, bro. My picks is up, bro. I picked Lara. Lara in the 6th and 7th round. So if you got $50 for me, the Cash App is on the ticker. Because that's who I picked to win the fight. My age, bro, listen, I'm like 50. But I use shea butter. I'm really like 50 years old, but I use shea butter when I go to sleep. You know how they put the Vaseline on the fighters? I just put mad shea butter on my face and coconut oil. No back end money when people sleep. Yo, for real. Bro, I picked Laura Monday morning, couch. I don't know what you talking about. My picks is up. I picked Laura. The videos is up, bro. I don't need to lie. That's not my thing, B. I'm 50, my guy. I ain't playing. I am 50 years old out here. I got a routine. Before I go to bed, I get the coconut oil and I just glaze my whole face. And then I just put mad shea butter everywhere. No wrinkles. Look, look, look. No wrinkles. I got bags a little bit, but no wrinkles. I got some lines, but that's because I got a big fucking forehead. It's hard not to have lines with a big fucking forehead. Umbrella, Ella, Ella. I do like that Caleb bought the domain name of David Benavidez and it goes to Caleb's merchandise site, Gamesmanship. Yeah, I like that shit, but don't do all that shit just to get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? I'm all for the fly shit. I am. I'm all for the fly shit. But don't fucking do all that. And then when it's showtime and it's go time, all you had to do was go to the hospital. You better beat that motherfucker. Don't do all that extra shit and then get your ass beat. Nah, son. Nah. Well, I mean, I'm not vain. I just do that shit to maintain a youthful appearance. I put coconut oil all on my shit. And I got like a jar of coconut oil. I put my dick in that to keep my dick skin soft. I put it in there and it's really warm. Like coconut oil is the best shit because it's like it's solid, and then when you put it on your skin, it just melt on your shit. It just melt on your shit, and the valuable precious oils get absorbed into the pores, and the secret knowledge of the universe is revealed to you. You better use that shit. You better use that coconut oil, Rosie. Get that shit. You could use that shit for mad shit. You could cook with that shit. You could use it as a lubricant. Oh shit. Yeah, man. Fucking coconut oil, yo. That shit is revolutionary, bro. Never heard of that shit, coconut oil? Better get that shit. You could fry fish with that shit. Axle grease and engine oil. Ah, so you just want like a dirty motherfucker, right? That they got like mad dirt on their fingernails. They go to play with your pussy and there's calluses on their fingers, so your shit gets scratched. Who's seen? Who's? Oh shit! The funniest shit is whoever Rosie is, they actually believe I put fucking coconut oil on my face. You actually. Yo, man. Well, what the fuck I look like doing? Listen, I do all the wrong shit. I drink coffee. I smoke cigarettes. I drank a lot of alcohol when I was a kid. I just look young. I'm not, but I look young. Yeah, yo, real men don't shower, yo. Motherfucker just go to the sink, splash his face, and go outside. Real man shit. Real men don't wash their balls, B. They don't use soap. They just splash water on their face and go outside and take on the world. You would make way more investing that lump sum into investments instead of getting paid in increments like a child, getting an allowance. Fuck the back end money. Pay me up front like Canelo. I agree. I completely agree. To me, when I hear that, that tells me that somewhere there is an account or there was an account where all of this money was being held and Al Heyman had access to it. So he's free to use that money for whatever he wants, and these guys are none the wiser. He can make bad investments with it, he can lose it, and these fucking guys won't know. That's what I hear. I hear triangle, pyramid scheme. That's what I hear. Fuck you mean I'm still getting paid from shit I did 7 years ago? The fuck? She really believed that I put fucking coconut oil. That was a joke, Rosie. Get the fucking stick out of your ass. Jesus Christ. That was a fucking joke, dog. Are you that fucking dense? Yeah. I don't fucking do shit for my skin. Ask my wife. I don't have routines aside from shaving. The other guy in the channel videos, who is he? Oh, what you talking about? The relay? That's my cousin Julio. That's my... You talking about the other voice, right? The other voice. That's my cousin Julio. Not Julio, my cousin Julio. Shout out to my man Michael in Canada.
Yeah.
Yo, B. Rosie really think I got a skincare routine.
Yo, Rosie, real men only shower honestly maybe once a week.
Listen,
I use money.
Wait. Listen, I pee in my hand, put dishwashing liquid.
Stupid.
Real man shit.
Real men don't wipe.
Yo, no, man.
Real man shit.
Stupid.
It's real man shit out here, B. I'm survivalist.
Lad, you better wash your ass, bro. Don't use tissue. Wash your ass.
No, listen. I don't have a duvet like you in Dubai. We don't got the water that squirts out of the toilet to wash our ass. I wipe my ass with my hand.
That shit feels good.
Yo, come on, bro. I can't take this. Too much.
Listen, Manosphere legend. I haven't cleared my ears since 2006.
Listen, B. I don't wash my ass. Personally.
I'm not hearing this madness right now.
I'm just telling. I don't do that shit. You know what I do? I take the piss. I put a little bit of Dove soap in the piss and lather, rinse, and repeat, bro. Real man shit.
Yeah.
Real survival shit. 10,000 BC type shit.
I'm a
Jules, what does Julio do?
Is this
You ask him?
I go to work wearing a loincloth.
Is this something that Eddie Hirsch should be hearing?
We have to put
Yo, shout out to Eddie Hirsch for being a reply guy.
Shout out to Eddie Hirsch. Come get some good advice, Edward.
Oh shit! Because they really took that shit serious. That like, bro, I don't put fucking coconut oil on my face. I don't do shit. If I look young, it's because mom has good genes, I guess, because I got them from her.
I still don't believe you 50.
No, I'm 50, bro. Like Curtis. I'm 50 like Curtis.
Oh, snap.
Ow! Bar. No, I'm not 50.
Yeah, you aging gracefully.
I'm not 50, though.
I know you probably my age. You probably my age.
I ain't far.
We was trying to guess your age. So I'm gonna say 1980.
Very close.
81?
I'm not gonna give the year on the internet, bro. I got enemies, bro.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, you got real ops. You got real fucking ops.
Yo, I'm telling you, I got real ops. Not even cap. Like they what? Listen. Every time I go live, right? I could feel them watching me, bro.
I got the feeling somebody's watching me.
Real shit, yo. Now listen, we got a couple of spicy subjects, hot topics, hot subjects. I'm gonna start off. Hold on, let me go to the subject wheel. Go to the subject wheel. Where the fuck did I put that shit at? There you go. All right, Wood versus Lara. I'm biased. I didn't get to catch your reaction to the fight. Tell me what you thought about the fight. What you thought about the stoppage.
I missed the fight, but I caught it on the back end because I had to travel. I'm down south for taking care of my mom. She had surgery and all that. But the stoppage was not too. I questioned it, but when I replayed it, I looked at it. I think him being a champion, I might have would have gave him a chance, but I can't blame the referee for stopping it because he might because. Laura got a reputation of getting you out of there, and he did it before with somebody with 10 seconds left, and he had him laid out. So I can't really blame the stoppage. I was arguing with Rick a little bit about it, Rick Glazer a little about it, but then when I thought about it, I said, you know what? I can't say it's a bad stoppage.
Well, look, I think we all know that the belt situation at 126 pounds is fragmented. 2 of the belts are on Top Rank. 1 of the belts is at the PBC, so it's safe to say that Mauricio, God bless him, he's probably not going to get a unification match. He's probably not. So what do you guys recommend? Damn, nothing?
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything for you there, brother.
You fell asleep like Lee Wood.
Nah, I mean, seriously, because
seriously,
that's not nice.
Just bum the shit out of a PVC, and that's your solution.
I think a third Warrington fight would be big. But, if Bob wasn't so stubborn, a big fight would be Mexico versus Mexico. He does the Luis Alberto Lopez fight versus Lara.
Yeah, but he might lose to Conlon, Michael.
Yeah, but don't make that fight next.
It is next.
It's done, bro.
It's already done.
It's fucking done, bro.
Oh. Yeah, that guy's going to lose to Conlon. I got Conlon in that one.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose to Conlon,
Damn,
too.
Bob, you idiot.
Now, I want to go to Julio. Julio, we're hearing about Prograis Catterall. I already did a video on it, so I don't want to get into what I think. What do you think about that fight? Do you think that Jack Catterall will have the success against Regis Prograis that he had against Josh Taylor?
In this current form, I don't think anybody's beating Regis Prograis. But that said, I think it'll be a good fight. I don't think he'll get knocked out viciously like fucking Zepeda got knocked out because his style is a little different. But I think Regis will dig into his boxing bag, and I think he's gonna just box the shit out of Jack if that fight does happen.
Let me address this. Kiko is fighting in Japan, bro. He got a fight coming up. He's fighting in Japan. He's on the same card as Taraji versus Gonzalez. He's on that same show. He's booked. What do you guys think about Catterall? Is anybody giving Catterall a chance in that fight? Because it looked like that's going to be the next fight. So who thinks that Jack Cat has a chance?
He has a chance.
You think he has a chance?
He has a chance. He has to dominate early in the fight, though. He has to get the early rounds.
I don't think
Jack is going to get parked, yo.
I think Regis is going to beat him, though.
I think Regis is going to beat him, but when any fighter comes in with this level of confidence, I like that, and you got to watch out for these type of guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people saying Regis by knockout, but I don't know. I think
Regis by knockout.
I think Catterall will make it all the way to it'll be a decision, but what's going to happen is Catterall will probably start off pretty decent, and I got a feeling Regis is going to start attacking the body, and then when you get to the 6th round, you're going to see the fight turn.
I think Catterall is too defense first to get knocked out. Like his style is like designed for him to not get hurt.
Catterall's coming off a long layoff, and Regis has been fresh. Catterall's going to get fucked up.
See, that's the problem. See, Catterall's so defensively sound, he's going to have to unleash offense and take chances to have a chance to win the fight, which leaves him open.
Let me say this. The Josh Taylor shit, it don't fool me, bro. You the 140-pound George Kambosos. That's what I see.
Oh wow! Nah. I can't agree with you on that.
Somebody tell me what did this man do before that fight?
That actually might be accurate, bro.
No, Josh Taylor beat Regis, man. Come on.
No. I'm saying Jack Catterall. Look. Jack let's be fair, okay? I scored the fight for Jack. I did.
I did too.
Right? All I'm saying is you caught that man at a very good time. And before that, it's not like you was making waves. It's not like you was buzzing. It's not like you beat a bunch of good guys, right? So off of that one win, I cannot say that you that dude. I cannot say that. I think Regis stops him. That's what I think.
I mean, it's possible. I just think he might end up being so defensively cautious that he ends up just losing a lopsided decision because he's going to have to take chances to win the fight. He's going to have to open up. He's going to have to win the early round. So he's going to come out and actually be a lot more offensively. He's going to have to try to push the fight a little bit more to have a chance. Because if he doesn't, Reach is going to wear him out to the later rounds.
On Josh Taylor's bad night, he dropped you 2 times. So what is Regis gonna do to you? You know what I mean?
Did he drop Jack Catterall? I don't remember that.
I thought he did. Did he not?
No. Jack dropped Josh in the fight.
He
dropped Josh.
Well, either way.
But like I said, I just get Camboso's energy. That's kind of what I see. That I'm like, look, and that don't mean that he's not a good fighter. So I don't want it to sound that way. But it's a Camboso's kind of deal in the sense that all we have is this one fight to go off of at this level. You don't have a body of work at this level. Regis does, Josh does, Zepeda does, Ramirez does. That we could say like at this level with the really good fighters at this weight, we know that it's more than just one fight. Whereas with you, it feel low key circumstantial. Nobody wanna like talk about that. Like, yo, the dude had a knee injury. I bring it up all the time because it doesn't get said that, a part of the performance could have been that he was coming off an injury. He couldn't move how he normally move. So I can't say that was Jack. I could just say that you caught a really good version of Josh Taylor, a really opportune version. I don't think for a second you're gonna go 12 rounds with Regis Prograis. I don't.
But aren't you making a Regis? Aren't you making an argument by experience though? Like that Regis is great just because of his experience. Like I think Jack Catterall just has a bad style for these guys, just because he's so defense first.
If you all right, I'm gonna put it another way. Regis has been in there with more than one southpaw, more than Josh Taylor. He was in there with Julius Longdongo. He was in there with Jose Zepeda. He was in there with Josh Taylor, right? He's seen different kind of southpaws, different types, and he still knocked their ass out, except for Josh.
Well, to be fair, they both fought the same southpaw two of them in Josh and Tyron McKenna.
So. I forgot that. That's another common opponent between them. Now, when Jack Cat fought Tyrone McKenna, he didn't stop him, did he?
No.
Nah.
No.
You dropped him.
When Regis fought that motherfucker, he was playing with him. Now, I know triangle theories don't work. I'm just saying that between the way the guy box and the power that he got, it's not a lot of guys that's going to take a punch from him. And I don't think Jack is that guy. I don't. Like, nah, you can't take them shots.
Julius.
Well, we don't know if
Jack
he can.
Jack Catterall might be not that. Maybe it's not that guy, but you cannot deny he has the statistical advantage in that fight.
No, he doesn't. If all you're going to do, look, let's stay in character with Jack, Leo. Let's stay in character. He's economic, defensively responsible, good jab. If you don't do enough against this guy, you know what's going to happen? You lose a decision. At minimum, you lose a decision for not taking chances. If you do take chances, you're going to get knocked out.
Do you feel that Regis Prograis is a pressure fighter?
No, but he uses his jab a lot. I've been watching this guy forever, bro. He not one of these guys that sits back and waits for something to happen. He'll get close to you, bait you to throw, counter what you throw. If you don't throw, he's jabbing and getting close to you so he can hit you with heavy shots. At all points in the round, he is doing something. It's just because he relaxed when he do it, it don't look like he doing that. Go back and watch the motherfucking Zepeda fight. He was using his jab the whole round. He's using his jab. He not just sitting there like Teofimo and looking for a safe way to get in. He always doing something.
No, I agree with you, Julius, but the thing with Richard Prograis is where the fight wants to happen for Richard Prograis. He wants to fight in what I saw for Richard Prograis is he wants to fight in the center of the ring. He he always wants to be busy, but he wants to be on the center of the ring from the jab, try to set counters, but it's not the kind of fighter that's gonna take over the ring and try to push the other guy into the ropes unless he got them hurt. Now, then he gets to push the guy to pressure the guy, but that benefits Jack Catterall.
I don't think so. I don't.
What do you think Jack Catterall just gonna box from the outside?
This is what I think. This is what I could see. This is what might. Who got shit? Let me just mute this mic because somebody having a whole conversation in the background.
I don't know who that is.
That's true.
Yeah, like.
That's true, man.
I now this is what I'm saying. Let's say that Jack he's sticking to his jab, staying on the outside and working off the counter, and he actually gets off a couple of counters. At some point, this guy's gonna counter the counter. And when he hits you, it'll be mid-punch, and you're going to get all of that. I don't see no scenario where Jack Catterall win that fight. Least of all, when you ain't boxed in a year.
To me, I think Regis is going to beat him at his own game. And I think that because Jack Catterall, he does like to box and move, but he also does the same thing as Regis where he wants to sit in the middle of the ring and catch and shoot and do that type of shit. But I think that Regis is just sharper. He has more power. He's like a better version of of Jack Catterall in every department.
Exactly. He's
Regis he's gonna force Catterall to have to open up.
Regis is fast enough to counter the counter. Not everybody's fast enough to do that, by the way. Some guys try to counter the counter and hit nothing but air. This guy's fast enough, and his shot selection is good enough that not only is he quick enough to counter the counter, he's gonna land. Could be a body shot. Could be.
This is an off the wall fact, but did you know Jack Catterall, his early opponent was Carl Allen, who was like 18 and 104.
Wow,
that's amazing.
Well, the other fun fact, and somebody pointed it out the other day, that the dude from Moon Knight looks like Jack Catterall.
Oscar Isaac. I don't think so. No, I don't see it. Just same haircut, but no.
Both them dudes look like they ain't sleep in 3 years. Look at any picture of Jack Catterall, bro. That dude look like an insomniac.
He's training, bro. He's training.
Yeah, you see his picture on BoxRec, man. He looks
training 12 a.m. He's training.
That dude look like he ain't sleeping 5 years, bro. Like, yo, go take a nap, my guy. Like, the Taylor fight was last year, bro. Let that shit go.
Hey, Jules, is it safe to say that Regis is like top 3, top 5 of your favorite fighters right now?
Oh yeah, Regis been one of my favorite fighters, to be real. Like for years though.
I'm glad he's finally getting his shine because I've been watching him for a minute.
He's
hard for him to get fights. It's hard for him to get fights.
That dude belong on TV, man. Not even like that. Listen, I done seen all his fights. Bro, that dude don't be in no boring fights. Motherfuckers get hurt when he fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
Jules, can I ask, what do you see in him that promoters don't see in him?
I think it's a managerial thing. If I had to put my finger on it, I do believe it's a managerial thing because as far as the fighter and what you would want from the fighter, the ideal situation that the guy's fun to watch, people get hurt, people get knocked out, he can compete at the elite level. All of that is there. So I can only assume that, okay, what's been holding you back has to be some managerial stuff then, because it's not how you fight. You can deliver once you're in the ring. So it's not that. Somebody just probably, I don't know, asking for too much money. I just don't know. But at the same time, think about it. After the World Boxing Super Series, he went to the PBC. He wanted to get Adrian Broner. Adrian didn't want to do it. You see what I mean? So he went over there. He had that one fight, but he was only over there to try to get a Broner fight. As soon as he realized he wasn't going to get that fight, he left, which is what I would have wanted him to do. Like, nah, don't waste your time over there. And if they ain't going to give you the fight, get up out of there. He went to Triller. But you know, Triller is Triller, bro. They didn't have shit. So he goes over there, he fights Red Catch, knocks him out, bang. He jumps in the bed with Probellum and all of their empty promises that, oh, we're going to change the game. For those that don't know, by the way, Probellum went through a rebrand. It's flying low under the radar. Their new name is Disrupt Boxing. For those that don't know, that's their
I saw that.
That's their new name.
Man, that's terrible. That sounds terrible.
Well, they're trying to disrupt the game.
disrupted my email with that bullshit.
How about them get a network deal? How about that?
Disrupting Regis' career.
Now listen, that's what the rebrand is for. I think Daniel, shout out to my man Danny K in Dubai. I think he listens to the relay because what did I say? I said if one company is getting too much heat, you got money, scrap that company, start a new one. And if that one get too much heat, scrap that one, start a new one. The paper trail for all them shits is gonna be so sorted. Joe government ain't never gonna be able to say shit like, bro, we don't got nothing to do with Pro Bellum. We a different company, but you got the same employee. Yeah, but that don't mean nothing though. That don't mean we coming times over here.
Jules got that Merck contract in the mail too.
Who's scratching the shit out they plate with that fork?
What you eating is the word.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dubai, baby.
Hey, Jules, you got that Merck contract, huh?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So I like I said, I just don't really see. I look, credit to the fighters for being willing to take the tough fights, which is why I got a fondness for UK fighters. Lee Wood didn't have to fight Lara, chose to do that. He didn't have to do that, chose to do that. Jack, he didn't have to fight Prograis. He could have fucking fought Florian Marco or somebody. He didn't have to be looking at that man. He choosing to look at that. Gotta respect that, bro. Respect the Jack Cataract.
Yo, boxing.
Julius, can I ask what the fuck is going on with Leo Santa Cruz?
Who cares?
When is he fighting on for the 126 belt?
Wow. Listen, nobody give a fuck about him, bro. He don't give a fuck about
I don't care about him. I'm saying about the 126 belt, bro. The WBA. What the fuck, bro? Full year doing what?
Bro, it's not a problem no more.
Yeah,
he
ain't
been
got it
vacated.
no more.
Oh, it's vacated. All right.
About
Yeah, the fuck is no longer in the title picture. Okay.
Thank fuck.
Thank
But
God.
the cook is no longer a problem.
That belt now belongs to Lara.
Yeah, that's Lara's belt now. When Leo Santa Cruz vacated it, it went to Lee Wood because that was his mandatory. So Lee Wood decided for his first title defense, he would fight Lara. Now Lara got it. Leo don't have no belt. I don't know what Leo gonna do. I don't really care what he gonna do, to be real, because Leo ain't been in a real exciting fight for me since Carl Frampton in 2016. That was the last time I was excited by a Leo Santa Cruz fight. Other than that,
hey, Jules,
no one. To be honest, the only reason I asked because give me a second, the only reason I asked because I didn't give a fuck about what he does. I was just worried about the WBA belt. But I didn't realize it was on the thing. It had it first, so Lee Wood. I didn't realize he was.
He been gave that up. Go ahead, country.
I was just going to ask you what you thought about that. I was just going to ask you what you thought about. They were saying Ortiz turned down the fight with Bud twice.
Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised.
But I don't think that's Ortiz. That's his handlers.
Robert Garcia said he wasn't ready, bro.
Listen. This is the shit. I'm not going to treat it different because it's Ortiz. I'm sorry. I'm tired of people using Bud as the cause. I have seen people say that Bud was ducking Ortiz. I have seen people say that. Yeah, all right. Too. I've seen, and it's like, yo, this is a joke, man. I don't got nothing against Ortiz, the fighter, but stop playing with me. Why the fuck would he be afraid of him, bro?
Yo,
look, I like Virgil, but if they fought tomorrow, Crawford would beat the shit out of him.
I think that was either his
Bobby Hagler all over again.
It was either
it's the same as the boot shit that I was talking about the other day with Mirage. It's the same shit. People acting like he running from these guys. No, these guys don't want this guy, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the boogeyman butt challenge is real.
It was either his team that said no, or else he felt he wasn't ready.
It was his team.
I think Garcia went on. I forgot where I saw it, but I think Robert Garcia, when he was training him, when he was still a trainer, said, "Yeah, he's not ready for that."
And the shit is, if it wasn't for content creators, because it's the content creators I see mostly that people get these narratives from, and the people on the internet and all of that, they the ones that propagate that. Bud is scared of. Why would he be scared of Virgil, bro? Because you mad at the Spence shit. You fucking pussy, you bitch. I hate these motherfuckers, bro. Like, for real. Oh, he's scared of Boots. If he's scared of Boots, or Boots want him, fuck the bullshit. If Boots want him, why are you fighting the IBF eliminators? Why?
Well, I see a Spence fan say that Ugas
when he could have easily been the mandatory.
Ugas would spark Crawford out.
Yeah,
Both of them
Ugas
could have been the mandatory for this May.
Ugas don't want to fight nobody, bro.
He don't want to
lift.
Come on, B. This dude, come on. Like I guess it's because it's some sucker shit. Because to me, it looked like y'all really trying to destroy this man's whole image and credibility because you mad that he made Spence look like what he is. Because that's what it all stems from at the end of the day. The guys that's propping up these narratives, make no mistake, they're Spence fans. That's all of that. Oh, he ducking Boots. How he ducking Boots? Boots is not after him. I don't care what Bozy said in the interview. Your manager is putting this fighter in what? IBF eliminators.
The reason why they going that route because they all feel that Spence is moving up and it's easier for them to go get those belts.
I know, bro. I know that, but don't sit here and name drop Terrence in 10 interviews when you know what you're doing, and your manager know what you're doing, and Cameron Duncan know what you're doing, and your father Bozy, he know what y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know. He got a BO. He got a BO. You in an IBF eliminator. Then you in another IBF eliminator. So at what point was you after him?
I think they also felt that Boots had a better chance of beating Spence too, though.
Probably, but that don't take from the fact that when you doing, see, they did a thing. I noticed it 2 years ago. I'm gonna say either it was a year and a half or 2 years ago. It started with everything Crawford do, I do it better. Nah, I don't think Chukatsian goes 12 with Crawford, bro. I don't. He went 12 with you, though. I don't think that man go 12 with Crawford. Being real with you, I don't think that man go 12 with Ortiz, if I'm going to be real.
I don't think Ugas goes 12 with Crawford.
All right? But they started this thing that, because Boots do a little bit of switch hit, he fight orthodox, he fight southpaw. They start with he better than Crawford, he better than Crawford. I think if you really felt that way, you would be fighting in BO eliminators. Moreover, you would have got him. How I know? Virgil didn't get him. Virgil didn't want him. Paco just let the cat out the bag. Yo, we offered Bud to him 2 times.
Yep.
He said it on camera. That's not my imagination. That's not me, the content creator, making shit up. The president of the BO said we offered him Bud 2 times. So how y'all get that he ducking him?
Exactly.
You know what sucks about this? Because I guarantee you Ortiz probably would fight him. It's his handlers, man. But that's where taking control of your career comes in play.
I dig all of that, but I'm just combating the narrative because that's what was put out. That Bud didn't have to fight Avenizia. He could have fought it. No. Paco told y'all we offered him Bud 2 times. You didn't want him.
I saw a tweet where De La Hoya was trying to do some damage control.
And ain't nobody but look, Paco, I fuck with Paco. I didn't always fuck with Paco, but the last 5 years I fuck with Paco when he put the WBC on blast for the Palooka belts. Talking about y'all come out with a belt for everything, B. I ain't see Gilberto Mendoza say that. I ain't see Daryl People say that, but Paco said it. Like, y'all come out with all these dumbass Palooka belts.
That's funny.
You know what I mean?
The rainbow belt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
the Skittles belt.
Paco wasn't trying to air him out. When you look, he spoke to the boxing voice for those that haven't seen it. He spoke to the boxing voice. He told Nestor, yo, we offered him to him 2 times. They didn't want him. So all that shit that motherfuckers been running with. I heard a source, or you connect. No. Paco told y'all. You're not gonna convince me you know more about it than Paco. You're not. Paco said we offered him to.
You just shot the mystical duck theory all the hell.
Knock that shit right the motherfucking hell.
The thing is so sad about it, people don't got common sense.
Yeah. I done heard some respectable people like just I won't name names. D-Ride fucking Virgil Ortiz and that, Bud's afraid of him. Well, this thing just shoot that whole logic of a big fucking hole in it.
Exactly. Like,
yeah, they're scared of Bud, but they're going the other way. Who are all of these 147 going for? For the other belts, who has Errol Spence? So in a way, he's a fucking easier target, and he's gonna fucking run away and drop the belt.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is so corny. They so mad at this guy for making Spence looked like a pussy, because to a lot of people, that's what he looked like. I'm sorry, but that's what he looked like. That they willing to talk up anything at this point. Oh, he ducking boots. How he ducking boots? How? How he ducking Virgil? How? In what way? You got the president of the organization telling y'all, we been offered him that. He didn't want it. And I bet you that if I play that video, because this is what they do, if I play that video, you're going to ignore it. And you're going to keep saying the same shit because you're a fucking retard.
Yep.
Literally. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of arguments that we have about the Spence shit. You have Spence on camera. He said he gave him 4 names, none with Crawford's. Y'all ignore that. Ignore that. If I tell you, yo, Ugas got ordered to fight a mandatory in late 2021, while Crawford was a free agent, he was done with Top Rank. Why did Spence go after Ugas instead of Crawford?
Because he was going to get that belt, and he did say that beforehand. That's why I can defend that.
Point, bro.
Easier. He said himself he's going the easy route.
Like, we getting to a point where, like, oh, well, it was
you're right,
easy.
Jules, but the thing is, once he had created that viewpoint that he was going to clean up his side of the street, that kind of gave that excuse him for going for the Ugas fight, because he said he was going to fight the winner when he was recovering.
Can I say this to you? That would be like if Mayweather said, nah, Pac, I'm going to put you on the back burner because I need to go fight Kell Brook. I need to clean up the sides of the... That shit sounds stupid than a mother.
But he did that without saying it, though. He did put Pac on the back burner.
No, he never fought Kell Brook. He never fought Kell Brook.
No, I'm saying he fought Kell Brook, but he did put Pac on the back burner.
And look. One, Pac and him both jointly is responsible for that delay. If we're going to go back to that. They both responsible for that. It's not one way. It's not one way.
I agree.
You know what?
All I'm saying, let me go, bro.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, you know what the bigger fight is. The bigger fight is Crawford. It's not Ugas. It was never fucking Ugas. Y'all know what the numbers for Ugas Pacquiao are. Y'all know what they are. He didn't sell shit. So don't tell me that's more important. No, it's not. It's not. The point is, no matter what's going on, you always put something ahead of that guy. How do I know? How could it have been your intention to fight Terrence Crawford when not only were you positioning yourself for an Ugas fight, but your handlers were positioning you as food for Canelo? You were part of his deal. 164 catchweight. They were willing to feed you. Now, they hadn't even started talking to Crawford until May of the following year. What if Canelo would have said yes? Where does that leave the Crawford fight? I know where. Nowhere. And I'm supposed to play this dumb fucking game like I don't know any better, like I can't see. No, I'm not going to argue dumb shit no more. I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to say what I think. Those who invested in what I think, cool. Those who ain't, I don't care anyway. I didn't ask. All right?
You know what, you write about them ignoring, because the Wilder fans were the same way. When he won and people brought up that he punched Ortiz in the back of the head. Oh, it don't matter. He knocked him out. The minute he lost, oh, man, they punched him in the back of the head. And it's like, yeah, okay. Come on.
They just, I think low key, we've seen, I'm going to say a wave of individuals that they're not big on Wilder anymore, but there might have been a time where they were. And I think it just dawned on them that if you just sit back and think, Frank Warren, $50 million from BT Sport to bring Joshua versus Wilder where? How does that even make sense? Shelly, you went to Frank Warren for money to bring a Sky Sports fighter over to what? BT? How does that make sense?
It don't.
Frank is on camera, bro. Frank is on camera saying that BT wanted to buy the rights for the fight, and the $50 million was supposed to come from BT buying the rights for the fight. And you know that at this time, Joshua was under an exclusivity deal with who? With Sky, worth $100 million. But you believe this fucking guy.
Yeah, I think if I contribute something, I just think it's a shame, man. Like, when it comes to Crawford, Canelo, like AJ, these guys are arguably, they are the modern greats of the sport, and they'll probably look back upon in that way. And it's a shame that they're not being appreciated that way while they're still here. Like, that should tell you just the state of the boxosphere. And like, in my opinion, I really do blame boxing media for like just refusing to have any type of skepticism, refusing to just tell it how it is. It's just a shame because these guys really, especially Crawford, like if you ever seen that guy fight, like you're literally watching, in my opinion, he's gonna be one of the all-time greats.
I think
and people like shit on him, man.
Work.
People shit on him like he's a nobody. It's terrible.
I think he's Achilles, bro. If I had to guess who Terrence Crawford really is, that's fucking Achilles, bro.
Guys, can you be honest? Can you be honest? You know, boxing is a fucking dead sport. Bro, less than 1 million people watch a regular fight for free. Unless it's AJ and Canelo.
I'm gonna disagree. Bro. I'm gonna disagree with that because here's what's going on, and it's bigger than boxing. It's not just boxing is dying or boxing is seeing a reduction. It's that conventional content overall, all around, is seeing a reduction. It's not just boxing. It's also conventional television. It's cable. Why? It has to compete with the internet. The internet wasn't there before. You know, if I want to watch two cats fist fighting on top of a roof in Syria, I can watch that. And I do.
Why Syria though, dog? He just says.
I feel Syria. Like the only guy that realizes that in this era is Eddie, honestly, because if you look around, all these promoters are old as fuck.
Yeah, guys, like, to take this opportunity, Jules, give me
the example I'm trying to give you. In other words, is yes, there's a reduction in the size of the audience for boxing, but it's not just the boxing. Unless I'm mistaken, the Super Bowl numbers are down. From there's been a downward trend. Unless I'm mistaken, it used to bring in more viewers. It used to, and sports all around are kind of down, and TV shows all around are kind of down. What's happening now is we're in a transitional phase where the baseline for what people do when they get home, it's kind of changing. Some people, they'll watch Netflix. Other people, they'll watch Hulu. Other people, they'll watch HBO Max. Other people, they won't fucking watch anything and they'll just sit on the internet all day, whether it's TikTok or YouTube. So there are that many other forms of competition that are drawing eyes away from the conventional mediums, which in turn results in less eyes on things like sports, boxing, all right? Mm-hmm. That's where it's at. That's where we're at. Now, that doesn't mean that boxing is dead because I've been hearing that for 1 million years, and I've been alive for 1 million years. And boxing's fine. If it were dead, you would not have Saudis investing as much money as they are investing in the sport because they don't need it. They don't have to. They choose to. There's an audience there. There's money to be made. But a part of what's hurting boxing really is you're ignoring your customers.
Exactly. This is what I meant by being dead. That no one listens to the fans, bro. The people that I hate, I want to listen to, bro. They give us bullshit.
Wait. Mirage, you're in the comments. Tell me what pound for pound fighter David Benavidez beat. I'll wait.
Oh,
don't say shit. Just let him answer the question. What pound for pound fight? You love David Benavidez, right? He didn't beat no pound for pound fighters for you to love him. So don't ask me that shit about Crawford. You love David Benavidez like he beat a pound for pound. Hell, you love him like he beat like a bunch of champions.
David couldn't beat his own pounds.
David couldn't beat his fucking meat.
I heard what you were saying.
Bro, he got beat by 2 grams.
I heard what you were saying. And the market's wide open. These guys like Top Rank, Frank, and all the nickel and dime, TGB, Samson, they're all getting phased out. Do you honestly think after Bob goes, Top Rank's going to be good with developing talent always, as long as those guys are still there? But half the reason Top Rank gets these deals and all that because Bob has all these relationships.
That's true too.
After Bob goes, it's not the same.
And I don't want him to go, by the way. I want Bob to live to be another 150 years old. I love him. But that's a fair point that a lot of what
freaking Nosferatu or something, man.
A lot of what Bob is able to do is because he's an OG. Them relationships, those network ties, that blood money, those bodies out in the desert, you know all about that. You can't substitute that, bro. You really can't. You can't just swap them out. You know what I mean? Now, I do think, and I'm going to say this, I see it. George Warren is going to be a motherfucker.
Bro.
That's Michael, bro. No, that's not Michael.
Why is
That's
always someone?
Oh, what?
Who is that?
Yo, he was watching the Queensberry card.
Listen, George Warren, look out for him.
As soon as you said George Warren,
I'm just telling y'all. Some of these things that's going on. Like, look, I'm not big on Queensberry cards, but I have to admit, Yard versus Better Beef was a good ass fight.
Yeah, but he's being.
Wait, I'm not done. Joyce versus Jang, good ass fight.
Okay, what other fighters does he have? That's it.
And he's being subsidized by another promotion. That's not fair.
That's it. Like, he has 3 good fighters. Yard.
I'm
Joyce,
just saying.
That's it.
I'm just saying that I see something. I see
bullshit. I see you need a loan from Top Rank to put on a good show.
Didn't you see Wilder getting like 400K pay-per-views in his comeback fight?
Yeah, Jules' credibility is waning.
Nah, son, I'm telling you, I'm being serious, bro.
No. Listen. His Jules was just being too nice. He gave a lot of credit to his bumboy to support him.
Bro, look. I'm gonna be real. Ben Shalom don't know what the fuck he doing. I think he's overwhelmed with the role that they want him to fill at Sky. With George, I see a young champion in the making. That's what I see. He got the look. Even if he ain't got all the tools yet, he got the look.
Can I ask a
Are you
question?
calling him the young Eddie Hearn?
I wanted to ask you,
Hold on, real quick.
How did Knucklehead Sean end up over there with Eddie? What's going on? That's another sign.
Yeah, who was over there? He had a fight over
Sean
there.
Gibbons, he was with Laura.
Yeah,
Lara, right?
Yeah.
Lara, yeah.
But I mean, shit. Like, you got to go where the money is.
Nah, Eddie's ruffling George Warren's hair right now.
I got a question.
Nice little card you got.
Is Adam Smith running shit in boxing? Is it really like pulling the strings?
No, bro. Adam Smith is just Sky. He ain't running shit. And he's. I asked what happened to Adam Smith. Somebody told me a rumor. It's just a rumor that he got in trouble for betting on fights. That's what I heard. That's why we ain't been seeing him. That's why we ain't been seeing him, because he got in some shit, like some disciplinary shit for betting on fights.
I heard he was undercover. I heard he was about to hem up Daniel Kinahan. He's on a job.
I don't think boxing is gonna last long, because how are you new and you already have fighters upset? You know what I mean?
I mean, no. The shit is that Ben is a young guy, and it's gonna be growing pains. So I'm not gonna. They got a good base. They got a couple of guys over there that I could see them. I could see with Sky's Engine, with their ability to get fighters known. I could see it. It's just that it's not right away. We're talking about something that's maybe 2 years from now when it's gonna hit. You know what I mean? That's what I see. But they got a couple of good things. They do got a couple of good things. It's just that Ben, like I said, like Ben is like if Eddie is Marsha Brady, then that would make Ben. What's the other one? The not pretty one, Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marsha, right? Eddie, you know what I mean? It's like that type of deal. They're like, he's like don't ain't he like you order some shit on Amazon, like you might order the Eddie Hearn on Amazon, but the Ben Shalom arrives. Like, I just don't look how I looked in the picture.
So you're basically calling him Ben Shalom, like Eddie Hearn from Wish.
It's like it's an assignment for someone who is more, I guess, experienced than he, because he's very young for the role that he's trying to fill. You know what I mean?
That's why I kind of wonder what was like Adam Smith, like was he trying to help him like get him
Adam Smith was the Stephen Espinoza of Sky. That's what he was.
Right.
That's
like
what
he was. To me, he was kind of moonlighting as a promoter the way Steven was.
Yes, but I would say that Adam was better at it than Stephen. I would say that because the growth and what happened in the UK, I would say the last 7 to 8 years on his watch while he's there, Adam. Yo, boxing grew over there, bro. And yeah, he had his role in that. He did. You know what I mean? He did. Now, I don't really know if he's going to come back, but it is what it is.
Great commentator.
Yeah, I like Adam personally. I like him more than fucking Stefan. Stefan is a weasel, bro.
Nah.
Stefan look like some shit that live under the house. Like, look, it's Stefan. Call pest control. It's Espinoza.
I thought he looks
eating potatoes and shit.
I thought he looks like an armadillo to me.
For real. Al keeps him in a kennel in his office.
He looks like a cave troll to me.
All you need to do is just leave some debris on the floor and watch his ass build a dam. Just throw mad shit on the floor.
He's very rodent-like.
Hey, so Alicia's gonna wait till the winner of Taylor Serrano, or is she gonna mix it up in between time?
I mean, she gonna have to fight, bro, because the winner of Taylor Serrano, that's not till May. So I'm gonna assume that she gonna get out there at least in the summer.
Eddie said she's gonna fight in Detroit, and the winner of Taylor Serrano is gonna fight Chantel Cameron. Well, Katie's gonna fight Chantel Cameron if she wins.
Well, let's say this. Look, there's a chance that the homie Amanda might win. I'm just putting that out there.
I love Katie, but I would prefer that because it'll make it more interesting.
There's a chance. It's like the thing is, I don't know if Amanda's gonna make the adjustment.
Did you just say that?
I did say that.
Yeah, y'all are best friends now, right?
I'm being facetious.
That's my home. Listen, man, we from the same. Listen, man, we from the same block in Bushwick, man. I'm just playing. No, we not. I'm from Harlem. She from Brooklyn. But I'm not saying that to be. I'm saying that because I have been saying that. If you pay attention to the relay videos, that if by some chance Amanda wins the rematch, right? These hometown fights. Surprises happen. Look at what happened to Jarrett Hurd in Baltimore. Look at what happened to Julian Williams in Philadelphia. Right? Shit happens. And I'm just saying that if by some chance Amanda were to win, that's a trilogy. That's what that is. That's a trilogy. That's what that is.
Are you gonna be at upfront about your bias and love for Katie the week of the fight?
Yo, look. Where I'm at with Katie, this is where I'm at. Her legacy is already set. There's nothing to be. She can lose now. It's okay. It's okay.
She's losing to another all-timer if it happens.
If that were to, in other words, if she were to lose to Amanda, now I wouldn't be sad because it's not bad. You did
that's a Hall of Famer right there.
What she did for the sport. Just let's look at Katie. What she did from 20, and I'm not sharing the credit with nobody. Katie did that. Yeah. You know a big part of the reason I started watching? Katie motherfucking Taylor. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. I heard about her. I looked her up. I watched her, and it blew me away. And then I looked up Clarissa. And then from Clarissa, I was like, oh, shit, wait a minute. It's probably mad other fighters out here that been out here. And then I seen Cecilia and Chantel and Michaela and you know, the whole Avengers. You know, the whole Avengers squad. But what started it? Katie. That's not an exaggeration. Motherfuckers cannot downplay this woman to me, bro. They wouldn't have let no girls in the Olympics if it wasn't for Katie. Yeah. She was part of the movement to get them on. And fuck out of here. But where she's at right now, you could lose. It's okay. You a Hall of Famer. You more than a Hall of Famer. For real.
Lose to another Hall of Famer. Like if I want to see anyone beat Katie, it's Amanda. It's either Amanda or Alicia, honestly.
Yeah,
or Chantel.
Yeah.
And now that fighters of the new generation is definitely Katie Taylor.
And I already see who the we got a fantastic young ambassador from Ohio. Her name is Alicia Baumgartner, right? She could carry the torch. She got it all. The looks, the talent, the power, the marketability. She got it all.
The looks.
Yeah, but I can't talk like that. I gotta be impartial.
Nah, but did you hear what Eddie Hearn said about the rematch with Mayer?
What he said?
He said in so many words that the reason that they're not really exploring the rematch is because Top Rank basically paid Alicia more than Michaela for the fight, and she fucking blew it. Like they literally set it up for her to have a layup. Like it's on your side of the street. We overpaid her. Like cool, but now they have to basically do that again because I don't think they're gonna want to co-promote the fight or send Michaela over to the zone. So it's kind of like her calling for a rematch, like all her kicking and screaming about it, is almost like clout chasing because she knows that it's not realistic.
Well, I know that. I'm like look, I told y'all she got more money than Michaela. I wasn't joking. Like I don't lie about none of this shit. Go back.
She said it. She said at the press conference, she was like, "I'm getting paid more than this girl."
Trying to tell you, bro. So where it's at now, look, I could see the rematch happening next year. I could see it. But right now, Alicia got to bask in her fucking glory, bro. And I ain't mad at that neither. Like, listen, fam. The way you was doing shit, and it don't get said that you offered her to fight on short notice in the past. You only wanted to give her a couple of weeks to do it. She met you on all your terms. It's not like she took the victory and ran. She met you on all your terms. Now you still acting like you the boss. Fuck out my face, big. You gotta wait.
And it's like, what can they really do with Michaela at this one? Because they're sending her over to the UK again.
Exactly. That's why I pointed that out 2 times. That first, you was going to have her fight on the undercard of Taylor versus Cataract, the rematch. Then that fell apart, so you sent her over to Frank. It's like, bro, you don't want to bring her home?
That's what I mean? Bro. Like, when you look at when she first turned pro, like, she was supposed to be what Alicia is becoming. Like, the crossover star with the good looks and all this other shit. And, like, honestly, it seems like, I don't know if I'm just speculating here, but it seems like Top Rank kind of like, man, you blew it with that loss. Like, we don't know what to do with you now.
Yeah, I mean, it's also where she is. See, Matchroom has control of most, if not all, of the belts from 130, 135, 140, and even 147, because I talked to Rick. The relationship with Matchroom is still intact. Even if this next fight with Ivana Habazin is not a Matchroom show, the relationship is still intact beyond that fight. And I believe she's going to knock out Ivana Habazin. I don't have a doubt in my mind. But basically, Matchroom got the board from 47 all the way down to 30. It's not a lot of places for Michaela to go. So the most you could do, that'll be some fly shit, go to 54. Like Natasha Jonas. Like Natasha.
Yo, how long do you think before we get Alicia Baumgartner versus a Cameron fight? A year, maybe 2?
I don't know. That'll take a while.
I'm not trying to see that, bro.
40's her ceiling, bro. 40 is her ceiling.
Bro, she's small for 130, bro. Like, what is that? Like, she has some ovaries on her. She goes up to him.
Motherfucker said ovaries.
Bro, because have you seen her, bro? She's smaller than most 130 pounders.
Not leg.
Even Amanda would give her a lot of problems. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of her last performance.
Look, man, I'm gonna say this. I love them both. God bless them both, and I want them to get all the money. But other than that, it's plenty of good fights to make. For a lot of good fights to make. Baumgartner versus Hamadouche. Baumgartner versus Persoon in the interim. It's good fights to make all around. Shit. And the main shit is, what I see is, she stands a chance against all of these fighters. It's not a lot of fighters I would pick to beat her. Being real with you, it's not a lot. I think the most dangerous fight is Persoon. That's the one I think is the most dangerous. Because you could hit her hard and she won't stop. It's Capricorn. Dangerous. You could hit her hard than a motherfucker. She won't stop coming after you. So you got to catch her at the right time when she's a little bit old. Maybe you could take her out. Because right now I still think she's dangerous. I do. She's still very... Look, she wouldn't stop coming after homegirl that whatchamacallit just fought, Mekhaled. And she's hitting her with some shit. Hit her with some shit. And she wouldn't stop coming after her, yo. She's like Terminator.
My problem with Alicia is that when she pivots off to the side, she gotta remember that some people are gonna follow up with punches. Like Persoon, she's gonna follow up with punches. Like that's what Mekhaled was doing, and she was hitting her a lot. So that's what worries me for a Persoon fight. Or even a Hamadouche fight.
And look, Persoon's is number 1 with 3 of the 4, bro. She's number 1 with the WBC, number 1 with the WBO, and number 1 with the IBF. She coming.
I want to see how Alicia's gonna handle Persoon if they fight each other.
Ain't gonna be easy, yo.
Let's do it now. Let's do that.
I'm just
maybe
telling
that
you,
could be her 135 debut because I think Persoon's fighting there now.
Not Pursoon. I heard something, and we'll see if it's true because I heard something a couple of weeks ago that she got a contract, multi-fight contract in Dubai. That's what I heard. So
yeah, I think that's why she didn't fight Alicia next.
Who is she gonna fight in Dubai?
I heard it's gonna be a crime again because she was DQ'd in the first fight.
That's I heard that was the reason that Alicia fought Mekhaled instead of her in New York.
Oh yeah,
she has a deal in the Middle East.
So
they got to be paying her a lot of money then.
It's the fucking Middle East. You know what I'm saying?
She's fighting nobody. She ain't fighting that nobody we know.
But the good thing for Pursoon, the good thing for Pursoon is whether she get Alicia or not. Either way, you gonna get at that belt. You know, either way, because if Alicia leaves and vacates, who's number one? Delphine. And then, you know what I mean? It's not an easy night, man. She Capricorn, not an easy night. So I want to talk to y'all about this Ryan Gersha shit. You know, he's still on his belts don't matter, right? Belts don't matter. And it's like, you saying that, and I talked about it when I started this, they're like, you saying that, and don't be saying that, and then the pay-per-view do 350. You know what I mean? That you try to act like this fight is this fucking monumental, momentous, larger-than-life type shit, so much so that belts fall into the background. Don't talk like that, and this bitch do 400,000. What y'all think?
I think this fight's honestly good for 6 or 7 max. 700K max.
Is that big enough, in your opinion, that he should be talking all this cash shit?
No. And he's saying, I'm seeing him say shit like, after Tank is Devin. I'm like, you capping like shit, yo.
That's super cap, bro.
He's capping like shit.
Bro, that dude, listen, B, I really like the weird shit is, let's say that he wins, you know, let's just say that, and not even saying that he will or won't, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that he were to win. Who he gonna fight at today? I don't think it's gonna be Devin.
William Zepeda. No, he wouldn't.
Gay Thoughts.
Who?
Gay Thoughts.
He's fighting Gay Thoughts.
That's funny.
For real though, like,
nah, but have you heard of like the supposed rumor is that Devin might go back to Matchroom after his Top Rank deal?
I heard that.
Maybe that'll make that fight easier to make just because they're both on the same network. If that does happen, but yeah, I just don't. It is a good question because like after fucking Tank, like what is left for this guy?
Well, Flank got a rematch clause, so I guess that Flank would exercise it, right? Because he has a rematch clause if he were to lose. So that's 2 fights.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be an L for Devin if he went.
Well, what if he goes to jail?
Well, if he he's not going up to the bank for like 5 years, bro. He probably gonna do like 3 months or some shit.
He's gonna be here for Christmas.
That's Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Lee. Because that's how I see. Like, bro, he gonna go, but he ain't gonna be going long. 30 days, 60 days, whatever. He ain't gonna be going long, bro.
I don't care if he even fights for a box of tampons. I don't care about his career.
I see that if Rihanna wins the fight, Flank will exercise the rematch Santa Claus. And then they'll probably fight again around Christmas. Probably. Now, if Ryan lose, well, then he really ain't gonna fight shit. The fuck you think? You get knocked out by Tank and you gonna fight shit after that? No.
Nah, he ain't gonna fight nothing.
He ain't gonna fight shit after that. I don't like, you know what the weirdest? It's like, I'm gonna buy the pay-per-view. And it is an intriguing fight. And it is entertainment value and things like that. But I'm not hyped. Because I don't feel like y'all are part of boxing. Devin is boxing.
Julius,
this is an influencer fight.
This is a celebrity fight.
Yes.
I'm more excited for Regis Prograis and Jack Catterall.
I'm not me too. Like, I'm not saying that to be fucked up. I'm
not hating,
bro. But that's because we're boxing fans. Like, we don't care about all this extra shit.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, I don't. I'm not on that one, man. I'm interested. I think it's a great fight.
Yep. It's
all the bullshit aside, stylistically, man. Both of these motherfuckers can fight, and I'm excited to see it. Man.
No, look, Alex. I'm not saying I ain't gonna buy it, and I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm saying that I care more about what happens with Loma and Devin than these two. Because I feel like whoever wins Loma,
most definitely.
I care more about that because I feel like it's going to lead to something. Whereas with these two, I don't feel like it's going to lead to nothing.
Because they don't.
Yeah, like whoever wins, they're gonna feel like they conquered the big thing. Then we're gonna go back to a bunch of stream of bullshit.
If Tank wins, he's gonna retire with Frank Martin.
Yeah, because like when this is all said and done, ain't nothing else gonna happen between these two. Like it's just gonna be back to normal.
Exactly.
Business as usual.
Shout out to Rachel and Nonito.
How old is Tank now?
Tank is
Tank's
like
28.
He's 28.
He's 28 going on 34.
He's 28. He has accomplished nothing, bro.
Yeah, like it's just like it feels it's kind of like this upcoming fight this weekend. And I think it's a great fight, by the way. The one on Showtime between Ponce and Matias. It's like, yeah, it's a great and it is a great fight, by the way. It is. But because I feel like, look, it's going to be an IBF champion, cool. And maybe he fights Puello or the winner of Puello and Romero, maybe, right? But it ain't going to lead us to Prograis. It ain't. It ain't going to lead us to Prograis. It ain't going to lead us to Lopez. So I'm not as excited as I would be if it was going to lead to something. That's the problem that I got with how fragmented things are now, that Ponce versus Matias is actually a really good fight it's a really good fight. A battle of
really good fight.
I'm saying it's a good fight. But if it ain't going, if there's no climax, it's like, yeah, y'all fighting, but
I think if I agree with you, if Tank wins, these two dudes end up doing nothing. But if Ryan wins, I think based off of my analysis of Ryan's ego, he's gonna go for something bigger and he'll have another big fight not far out.
Bro, Ryan gonna be in a movie after this, bro.
That's true.
I'm waiting on the Luke.
If Ryan continues boxing, it's gonna be at the 140 division, and you gotta fight something there because you just can't avoid nobody in that division.
I
care so much about his image, and I think his ego is so big. I think he's gonna find his way to bigger fights.
Well, Ryan's ego is very fragile because apparently he found out that Loma is back in Tank, so apparently he wants to fight him. And then I retweeted him and says yo, go play with your Cobra back. This is a grown man's business.
For real though, that's a grown man. Thank you, Virtuoso, because that's kind of how my and shout out to Nonito and Rachel. I see y'all. That's kind of how I felt it. Devin versus Loma feels like a grown man fight. This is like shooting a 5 in the schoolyard or playing corners on the elevator. It's like some little kid shit. Look, the youngins is, even though Tank damn near 40, but look, y'all about to fight. All right. Yeah, and I'm gonna buy it. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna buy it. If they make it, I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch, of course. Undercard gonna be weak as shit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but the future implications aren't there.
Exactly. If Devin beats Loma, we have a trajectory for other interesting fights. If Loma beats Devin, all right, we get in Loma versus Stevenson. That's a good fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, if these two,
whoever gonna rest on laurels and shit.
Yeah, they still gonna stick a tampon up their ass.
Yeah, I think the delineation here is that it's not a fight for the purists. This is a very hype. This is a lot of hype, a lot of clout surrounding this fight. Whereas Shakur and Loma is literally only skills. You can only watch. You'll only be interested in that fight if you give a shit about boxing.
Yeah, it's like Devin and Loma is the reason that I watch boxing. And I see Javante. He tried to say, "Oh, Devin call out everybody and then don't fight them." Motherfucker. He called out George, and what he do? He fought him. He wanted Loma for years, and he bought to fight him. I can't stand Javante Davis, bro.
The only fighter that Javante's ever called out was Mario Barrios. That's it.
Motherfucker literally called out.
Who do you call out? Tank? Tank doesn't fight any black fighters too. Nobody ever talks about that.
He damn sure don't. He don't want to. Can't stand that motherfucker, bro. Because it's like he turning. It's to me, him being what he is kind of makes the sport a joke. Like, for real, like, yo, this supposed to be the hot shit, this guy? This dude that don't want to fight shit? Be real. You only fighting Ryan because you seen what Luke Campbell did to him. You know what I mean? And Ryan only fighting you because you short.
They're the first postmodern boxers. Like, they have all the clout and all like the aura, or like they have like an artificially created aura, the ones that Floyd and Oscar had, although none of the actual accomplishments or balls or willingness to fight or do anything great.
Yeah, they like the Adam and Eve of the shit. You know what I mean?
Adam and Steve.
Adam and Steve. It's like, bro, like it's a good fight. It is a good fight. Don't misunderstand me. But it's like there are no real implications. Not really. It's like the fuck. All right, so if Ryan win, then what? You gonna get a line in Fashion Nova? What, bro? You gonna make a TikTok about it? Nothing's gonna happen. If Loma beat Devin, we get Stevenson versus Loma. If Devin beat Loma, Devin moves up, belts gets redistributed. He probably gonna fight Lopez. It's implications that lead to other implications. It's a lineage. With these two, it ain't gonna happen, bro. Like, yeah, somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose, and whatever, bro. Usyk and Fury ain't done yet. Fucking, what is it, Monday? It's Monday, right?
Yeah, all night, Ma. All night.
And they still ain't fucking,
I was seeing something about Daniel Dubois getting the fight potentially.
He might, because if he next in line, the WBA mandatory is next. If this fight don't go through, that's the next one. Why you think?
I was saying Dubois is gonna fight the Fury. That's what I was saying.
Oh, I heard it the other way. I heard Dubois gonna fight Usyk. That's what I heard.
There's no reason for this fight now to get made.
I heard what basically I've gathered is that Tyson Fury overpriced himself for the Saudis just so he can try and A-side Usyk in England, and that's what's holding up the fight.
That's the same thing I heard, bro. Same shit I heard.
But guys, isn't pathetic that this giant is struggling? He's actually fighting to have home field advantage on this little guy.
And what's funny is that like Usyk already sold 1 million pay-per-views in this country, so you can't like just. There's no way you can reasonably try and A-side this guy. Because you're English doesn't mean that you're the bigger draw in the country. You're about the same.
Oh, and moreover, from a leverage standpoint, if we talking real talk, which don't get talked about here or anywhere really, my guy, you already costed me money. You already did. I agreed to my end of the deal. You didn't. But I agreed to my end. Now, I'm not going to get the money that I already agreed to. And you telling me you not going to give me 50%?
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Tyson Fury is massively insecure. Everything about that guy is bloviating, is insecurity.
It is. Like, you literally, it's not me making it up. Bob, your promoter, said he agreed to his deal already. So whatever money they put in front of him, he took it. Like, yeah, I'll take that. That's cool. I like that money. He took it already. You fucked up his deal. So now if we got the move, it's because of you. And you telling me that when we get over there, what you want me to take, 30? 35? How we supposed to do a deal? What I see, like when I look at that for what it is, I'm like, bro, it almost look like you don't want to fight this dude. Because it don't think about it, Country. If Country was gonna get 60 mil in New York, he gonna get 60 mil in New York. I fuck up his deal with my bullshit because I don't accept my shit. Then I tell Country, nah, we gonna fight in New Jersey, and you only gonna get 20 mil. Why would Country gonna look at me like, yo, what the fuck?
The only way I can explain this is like his fragile ego cannot take him, getting less money what the Saudis have paid AJ for. You know what I mean? And furthermore, you're gonna take this man's bread because you seem to be you think that you have more self worth than him, even though the people of England know who the fuck he is.
The shit like just on some, you literally costed the guy money. That's not me making shit up. You did. Your promoter's the one that confirmed that he accepted his deal. And I'm pretty sure whatever deal it was, we don't have a number, granted, but we do have Bob saying, yeah, the money at Wembley don't compare to the money in Saudi. Those are his words. He said that it don't compare. All right. So you already costed him a lot of money. Now, right is right and wrong is wrong. That look, if we want to do a deal, we got to go halfsies on this, because I know I costed you money, but I still want to fight. I know you want to fight, so we'll split half with you. That's how you do that. Because you already costed him money. If you costed him money and then y'all get over there and you want to cost him more money, bro, are you trying to fight or not?
No, I think what he's saying is, if I lose to this guy, I better be paid more than him.
Ridiculous.
For me, it looks like Tyson Fury is legit scared of Alexander Usyk, because okay, let's go backwards a couple of months ago, a year ago. I'm talking about Tyson Fury. You make loss. You cost money to Frank Warren and Bob Arum. You did, because you overpriced it yourself. They pay you more than what you were for the third fight, and they didn't one fight. I don't know how what the numbers were for that fight. So
nobody does.
They probably are losing money on you. So from a loyalty perspective, maybe you're doing okay. I'm not gonna take the Saudi money. I know you're going to you want to make the things right for your people, for your network. I'm talking about Bob Arum and Tyson Fury. So no, I'm not gonna take the Saudi money. I'm gonna make this fight on England, so you can make a profit. But Tyson Fury doesn't strike me like that kind of guy. He doesn't care about Bob Arum. He doesn't care about Frank Warren. No.
You got to look at. Wait a minute. You also have to look at what Klimas said. Aegis Klimas, ES News just talked to Aegis Klimas. You know what Aegis said? He's not the fighters. It's the people around Fury making all kinds of deals. That's what he said. Now I have maintained that I don't think that Bob and Frank want to go for the same deal structure as Eddie. Eddie was willing to sell the rights, even if it meant the rights to the fight going to auction, right? That the fight might end up on Sky, which it did, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was willing to do that because that's still the most value for Matchroom and the fighters, even if it kind of shortchanges the platform, that they didn't get the UK rights. They got the rights in other places, but they didn't get the UK rights, right? But he was still willing to do that deal. And I said it then. I don't know if Bob and Frank gonna go for that. That you give them the rights. They give you a massive site fee and you give them the rights. The rights go to auction. I ain't even telling you that the Zone would have got them. I think Sky would have got them. I think Sky in the UK, Sky would have got them rights. And how would they have justified it? Joshua versus Usyk sold over 1 million. The first one and the second one.
By the way, did you hear about Sky, DAZN potentially being like a channel on Sky?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But my point is, I don't think Tyson Fury really cares about that. I think because he already saw the numbers in Saudi Arabia. He's gonna see the numbers on England, and he's gonna realize it's not the same money. But for me, the only reason to willing to sacrifice all that money is because he really wants that home field advantage.
Well, also, I think that's also why he thinks he's justified in taking a bigger slice of the pie. But I think the Saudis are the metric. Like, if you're too expensive for them, then how the fuck can you be the A side in your country where the guy you're fighting did 1 million pay-per-view buys with the guy you flop with?
Think about it. Bob, you gotta pay attention to what Bob said, and he said it more than once. The money in England don't compare to the money in Saudi. He said that. Not me. I ain't even connecting dots. He said that. The money in Wembley for the fight in Wembley in England, it don't compare to that Saudi money. Bro, what kind of fucking money was you looking for? Your daddy said, yeah, they trying to show low, in so many words, low ball fury. What you mean low ball fury? The Saudis is paying more than anybody for a fight right now. So the real question is, bro, what kind of money you want? How do you want more than the Saudis are willing to give? They throwing money at motherfuckers, B. Hideki Matsui pitches at motherfuckers of money. What do you want? 500 mil?
Okay, that was he did say that. He did say he wants something like how much money?
Bro, he said he want half a billy.
Half a oh shit.
I ain't gonna be crazy. I'm gonna just say that what is out there, not what we know, but what is out there. There are 3 separate things out there. One is you want more money than they would get willing to give. 2 is what Aegis Climate said. It's not the fighters. It's the people around Fury, which I'm leaning a little bit towards that. Look, you really think that Frank and Bob want that fight to end up on Sky, their competitor? Well, Frank's competitor. You really think Bob want that shit to potentially end up on DAZN? No way. No way. And it could if it goes to auction. The way they do the deal, they give you all this money, they get the rights and sell them to the highest bidder. That's what they do. I don't think for a second in the UK, BT got more money than Sky. No, they don't. No, they don't. Now in America, it's not that the zone got but I'm saying ESPN boxing budget really ain't that big, bro. It ain't. So it's a chance that bitch might have ended up on the zone. I don't think Bob and Frank want to risk it. I don't. Like, now we done invested so much already into this Fury motherfucker. We gonna let it go over there?
Julius, why do you think Tyson Fury is playing along with that?
Because of what you said. Because of what you said.
You really think
they don't want? I don't think as a team they want it over there. Usyk might want it over there, but Frank, Bob, Fury, I don't think they want it over there. I don't think they want it over there. For the reason you said, Fury want advantages because he's a coward. Frank and Bob want control of the board. They want to satisfy their broadcast partners. Their broadcast partners ain't going to like it one bit that we've been giving you money to pay this fat guy so that this fat guy can end up over there. They not going to be happy about that. I think jointly it's a play. All the shit the shit about this bullshit about the stadium, bro. Bullshit about the stadium. It wasn't about the stadium. You being difficult, period. That's what it is. You being difficult.
Yeah, from a promotional point of view, Tyson Fury is a great asset because you can do a lot with that guy. But we cannot deny he is making these guys lose money. He has it.
And I think that they figure. Remember what Bob also said: pay-per-view in the UK, pay-per-view in the US. That's what he said. They want to bill it as a transatlantic pay-per-view, just like White versus Fury. Right? I don't know what that thing does in America. If they made it, would I buy it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would buy it. But realistically, what does that do in America in the middle of the afternoon?
Oh God, not that well.
No.
I'm not terribly intelligent. I'm not as smart as a lot of guys on here.
Yes, you are.
Who talk boxing. But I will say this. What I am noticing that Tyson Fury, anytime he has to fight somebody who he can lose to, like really actually lose to, the fights don't get made. It's like Spence. Somehow, some way, something comes up, the fight doesn't get made. But when it's somebody who's easy, a guy he knows he can beat, the deal gets done in 5 minutes. Make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying, I believe See, look, Daniel Dubois fought a southpaw, and I mentioned this in my award-winning video. I want an ESPY for this shit. You notice that Daniel Dubois fought a cruiserweight who's also a southpaw in his last fight. You notice that?
Yeah.
You notice that Joe Joyce is fighting a southpaw? You notice that?
Yep.
What's possible? They're banking on this fight falling apart because they want to build it up in 3 fights. They want Usyk to fight these guys and potentially lose to one of them. They thinking it's Joe Joyce. That Joe might smoke him. And they figured Joe versus Fury is bigger than Usyk versus Fury.
But do you really think Joe Joyce is gonna go Bob Ross mode? Is gonna paint Alexander Usyk?
It's not that I think that; it's that they think that.
Well, this kind of fits into what I've been saying before, that they wanted Fury and AJ all along, and Usyk came along and threw a monkey wrench in the whole deal by winning. And now they're all pissed off about it because they were licking their chops. They're about to get it done, and then boom, AJ lost.
I'm telling you, they look at it as we all know. Our buddies in the UK got all the bread for the heavyweight division. They got all the bread. They got the players. They got the money. They got the audience. And they tell themselves, look, how we going to be in a hurry to do this bullshit? Let's put him in there with Joe and see if Joe don't beat him. If Joe beat him, Joe got the belts. We got the belts. Joe versus Fury might be bigger in the UK because he beat him. Might be bigger in the UK. More money.
Not only that, but there was talk about Joe might have. Some people were saying, "Oh, Joe almost beat him in the amateurs or whatever."
Joe didn't beat shit.
I know. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Joe beat who? Almost beat who?
Usyk.
Oh no, Usyk gave him an ass whipping.
I watched that recently, bro. He embarrassed him.
Telling you.
Did you see what Terrence Crawford said about your rivals in boxing media today?
No, what he said.
He said, and I quote, "At Fanon Boxing and at Boxing Ego, both some hoes, and they mamas should have swallowed them both. I'll tell both of them to their face too. They be the biggest sack hangers, and I'm done talking about it."
He said that?
Yeah, he tweeted that.
I love it. I'm retweeting that right now.
I was just reading that shit. Yeah, that's real.
Terrence Crawford. When I see that,
you know what? If Crawford actually said that, that's great.
No, but he need to say that because these guys, it's the dichotomy of the media and boxing these days. The content creators almost have more of an audience than the actual journalists.
It's Fanon has some mental health problems. That guy is weird. That guy's really weird.
It becomes a niche.
I mean, when you got Dick Donovan retweeting a fucking forklift driver, that's when you know the boxing media is fucked up.
Wow, don't do that.
When you look at it this way, the reason why these guys are going to use audience is because they're literally just a niche. They go to places where they want to hear what they want to hear. So if they keep feeding them the same thing over and over and over, then of course, I mean, those guys don't want to hear like a Mike Coppinger or whoever a mainstream media guy is who's going to make a broad statement. They don't want to hear Max Kellerman. They want to hear what they want to hear. And that's why they go to the channel. And what it is, it's almost like an addiction. These guys, if you watch
algorithms feed what you like.
Yeah, it's money. I mean, they're there to take your $5.
Follow everything. Yeah.
They're there to take your $5. They're there to take your $2. No. They're there to pump you up. I mean,
that's literally it. It's like a feedback loop. Like they just say whatever lies they want, and they'll get a $5 super chat from some moron in the middle of nowhere. And to Virtuoso's point, like, bro, you're trying to argue with people who watch people who know about boxing is like me trying to argue with him about like, okay, how do I move shit with a forklift or how do I wear a high vis? Like, I don't argue with you about that because that's what you know. So leave boxing alone. Like,
yo, people are actually using that Ray Jackson guy as actual information for boxing.
He retweeted. He said something. I forget it was, but he said something, and obviously it was absolutely false and untrue. And then he came back and said basically like, "You're believing what a forklift driver has to say." He said that about himself.
Hey, I know what he said. He said that they were gonna announce Tank and Ryan at the NFL on the NFL at the Super Bowl.
But see, I'm gonna say this, and I'm glad that you guys brought this up because they're not necessary. The forklift driver is not the focus. I believe the reason that this is possible is because the media, the real media, some of them, or a good number of them, did a disservice to themselves. Yes. There's supposed to be an established line between them and the media. And that got blurred over time when the media started spreading misinformation of their own and putting up agendas of their own. That delineated the line between them and the fans. That, bro, hold up, you supposed to be a journalist. You're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be.
They didn't know, but
payroll. Yo, watch.
That's a great institutional analysis of media.
There you go.
That you just did.
Watch 5. Ellie Archback interviews and tell me he's not a professional dick rider.
No, we don't.
Yo, what the fuck? Country talking to his wife or something? But anyway, I was gonna say that like new media came about because like established boxing media wasn't doing their jobs, and now they're just mirror images of each other. It's just catty motherfuckers that don't watch boxing, that spread rumors and gossip. They both do the same thing. Literally, the only difference is that these fucking new media people, at least they're smart in the sense that they've been able to like build up huge followings. Like it's hilarious to me that like Ray Jackson is like some idiot on a forklift. He's as like important as Dan Raphael on the internet.
This is what I mean, that normally the yardstick or the God, what do you call that shit when you're driving around and you need a landmark? The landmark for the journalist is his journalistic integrity, the credibility, and their ability to call it down the middle. That's the landmark, that's the yardstick, that's the anchor. And if that is compromised because you're bought or because you're playing into agendas, you know, you're basically working for or with a promoter and you're propagating their product, suddenly the line between you and the fan is blurred. You're not a journalist anymore. You're not media anymore. You're a fan.
You're a blogger.
Who is a good media nowadays?
Steve Kim. No, Steve Kim.
Yep,
that's it.
If I had to say who do I feel has the journalistic integrity of old, I would say Tom Gray, Steve Kim. Who else? There's other guys, but they're not American. No, Rick Glacier is an insider. He's an insider. He's not media per se. He's an insider, so that's different. We're talking about the journalists that write the stories and acquire the information. Steve Kim is a journalist. Tom Gray, I believe he's a good journalist. Some of the guys in the UK, not the ones here, because most of the guys here, no, Tim Bradley is an analyst. That's different. Yeah. He's an analyst. But for what it's worth, Tim do call it down the middle. Tim is not towing the company line. He say it all the time. I got Bevo whooping.
Bro,
gotta be fast.
Yeah, that's refreshing is that Tim actually doesn't tow the
company. I love you, Tim Bradley. I know you out there.
Pause.
But right? Once that line became delineated, and it's been going on, I would say for approximately, I would say maybe 6 to 7 years, that you had guys that are supposed to be filling the role of journalists, but the line is blurred now, and there is no way to distinguish you from the fanboys and the fanatics and the lunatics. There's no way, because you're just as big a shill as they are. So you are what they are, and that allows a forklift driver to appear more important to the scene than he actually is.
Hey, Jules, is it safe to say that the Mafia is still, around in boxing even today?
No, they're not. Not really. Not the way they were before.
Because if we are talking about this is not Mafia.
No, not those guys, but just
dummies on the internet.
Because
I just feel like
those motherfuckers were getting paid and were getting threat to being killed.
Yeah.
Now it's just group mentality.
Yeah.
But you can't say that. You can't believe that some of these guys that are posting that they're not getting paid. You don't think someone like the forklift driver is not getting some sort of kickback or boxing ego or whomever?
Back end money.
Let me say this. Larry Liston. Jay Prince is a criminal. Yes. He's not mafia. And mafia is specific.
And Jay Prince is probably the only one in boxing.
No, he's not. He's not.
No fucking mob ties.
He's not. Nah, I mean, look, I ain't going to say that because that's not true. What I'm saying, if I look at Jay Prince, do I see mafia? No. Mm-hmm. Do I see organized crime? Yes. Because that's what it is. It is organized crime. But mafia is Italian. Feel me? That's what that is. That's what that word is. So it shouldn't get thrown around loosely. Is it organized crime? Oh, yeah. That's what he is. Organized crime.
There's mob ties and then there's La Cosa Nostra.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the difference between not because it's all organized crime. It all falls under the umbrella of organized crime. But mafia is these guys. And something else is these guys, and something else is these guys. It's the difference between Bloods and Crips, and Latin Kings and Mietas, and DDP, and it's the difference. What's that shit? Multiple sclerosis 13? MS 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a nasty gang, man. You don't want to mess
I know that. All about them. And there's a distinction. But is he a nefarious character? Oh, yeah. But the mafia, the way that it was in boxing, them days it's not like that anymore. Boxing was magnificent when the mafia had the run of that shit. It's magnificent. Glorious. Like a pussy with teeth.
Yeah, what do you think is the solution for all this then?
What the fuck, bro? Hold on.
Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jules?
Jules, do me a favor. Back up. You missed a super chat.
Let me let me go back up.
Yeah, hook him up.
I see it. I got you, Ayo. Hold on. I keep clicking this shit.
The glasses are used to help define things. You don't want to take them off. You want to put them on.
Like, what's up, Ring? Shout out to the panel, Ring. I wanted to know if you can ask Leo what Leo thought about Inouye and Fulton and Haney and Loma. Leo, your thoughts?
I am actually surprised that fight is that close to making, that close to happen. I know it's settled, but I will never know with the PBC fighter. I really don't. Haney Loma, I lean towards Loma. I have a feeling that Loma has the necessary tools, and he's gonna be sharp enough to take out Devin Haney. And Usyk looks like a madman.
I want to say that the only thing I could see Devin resorting to deal with Loma's angles and volume and his work mid-range to inside,
clinching.
All I could think is that what's he going to do, smother? Because he doesn't have inside game. Mm-hmm. So all he can do is clinch and smother. Like that's got to be the go-to, right?
I mean, he would have to rely on his feet to create distance and land his straight punches, which are very quick, But it could only happen for so long,
That's true. But yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. We got all the complaining, right? Which is I don't want to complain anymore. I want to be the alternative to the moaning and groaning about how awful boxing is, and I'm going to start to do that more often. We have a lot of great fights, man. I'm not even saying that to be optimistic. I'm being serious. We got a lot of really good fights coming up.
Like you said, Matias Ponce, how do you have that fight?
I do have Matias winning the fight. I do.
I agree, man. I think, I go back and forth because I think it's a close fight, but I think Ponce might end up being too tough for his own good.
That's what I like. His Argentinian fighters, they love for it to be a tough man pissing contest, and you do that with this guy, man. Yeah. This is not the guy to do that with.
Yeah, and I think Ponce, but I actually like Ponce. He's like the Argentine version of what's his face? He just beat Chris Eubank. I'm blanking on his name.
Liam Smith.
Yeah, Liam Smith. He's like the Argentine version of him. Very fundamentally sound. Like, but he's gonna come forward and he's gonna bring a lot of pressure. But I just think Subriel is gonna eat all that shit and he's just gonna break him down and beat his ass.
And we got fight that. And look, that's a PBC fight, but it's a good fight.
Yeah, the undercard is garbage though.
Even by way of the PBC, we got Zoo versus Harrison. That's a good fight. Yes, that is a good fight. There's a chance that Zoo could lose. There's a chance that Zoo could win. It's a good fight. All right. We got Rakhimov Cortina.
Great fight. Perfect stylistic matchup.
That's gonna be an action fight, bro. That ain't gonna be no. We gonna think it out and feel it out and fating it out and fuck all that. They gonna throw. Well, Rakhimov gonna throw and get counted and knocked out. That's what I see. I
wanted to know what Leo thought of Matias Ponce.
I'm not that impressed with the guy. I agree with your assessment. I don't think it's as game as Leon Smith. I think Leon Smith by far faced the better opposition. And I don't think Ponce is that proven. But yeah, it's going to get knocked out.
It's going to be a good fight, though.
It's going to be a good fight, but it's going to get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. And you know, they're talking about Bivol Buatsi. It's just looking like let's not get our hopes up. Better Beav isn't, and I do lay the blame at the feet of Better Beav. I do lay the blame at the feet of Top Rank, because if you wanted that fight, you have to push for that fight. You have a mandatory. You got to get him out the way. You have to get him out the way. Eddie can't get him out the way for you. You have to get him out the way and say, we want Undisputed next. Can we do that? Y'all not doing that. So it's looking like Bivol Buatsi. I don't think Buatsi has it for that fight. Like he not.
Oh. Like it's just like, man, I had high hopes for him, but it just seems like he's just one of the guys that just didn't turn out. And I think Bivol's gonna school him.
Yeah, that's how I have it. Like I think he's gonna school him. I've maintained that the reason that he doesn't. Shout out to my man Anthony for the Cash App donation. I appreciate you. I've always maintained that the reason that Buatsi is so economic, he don't have the gas tank to throw punches and bunches. And if you force him to work, he's going to tire and he's going to go out. I also don't like how he reacts to punches when he do get hit. You know what I mean? So he ain't it, bro.
These things will do fine, but I think I'd rather think otherwise.
I got a question. What do you think about Donaire's upcoming fight?
I think he's gonna knock out Santiago. I just did a video on that.
When is that fight? I'm really looking forward to that.
They haven't set the date yet. They haven't. Shout out to my man Timothy Gallegos for the beer money. I appreciate you. Shout out to my man Anthony for the beer money. Send it in, bro. I like to get drunk. They've established that it's going to be Santiago, but the date, location has not been set yet. However, it's looking like it's going to be a PBC show based on an article that I read. Rachel and Nonito, if y'all in the comments, y'all could enlighten us with any particulars that we don't already know, but that's what I read, that it could be a PBC show towards the end of the spring or the summer.
Okay, good to hear.
And I do think he's going to knock Santiago out. I do think that. Like, Santiago's already got 3 losses. He's never been stopped. But it's the first time for everything. Nordine Bali had never been stopped. Raymar Caballo had never been stopped. But when they fought Nonito, what happened?
They got destroyed.
That Ubali shit was legendary, man. Because he was supposed to be. Well, he was supposed to be one of the names. And
I remember Mark called that too. I remember Mark saying Ubali was going to get knocked the fuck out. And boy, did he! I was like, damn. Because after he
beat the shit out to both of them, bro. He beat the shit out to both of them, bro.
Yeah.
Both like bad though. Like those was not fights. Those was ass whoopings.
So this is another weight class for him though, right?
No. This is bantam. This is because he knew he vacated all his belts. Now they getting redispersed. So Nonito is in line for the BC.
Wasn't he trying to go to another weight class though too?
Yeah, he said he wanted to get he said he wanted to go down to Superfly to see if he could fight Gallo, but I've always maintained that while it's an idea, is Gallo gonna go for that? Or does Gallo got other plans?
Right.
I would have loved to seen it just because it's 2 legends fighting, but yeah, I don't know if Estrada wants that.
Franco fight Nioka again. Yoka probably gonna lose that shit.
But that's another one. He's another one that I think is just declining fast. And I really like Ioka.
I like Ioka, man. Like I respect the hell out of that dude. Like he held it down for his town. Like he's a respectable dude. But it's just if you didn't get him before or if that layoff, I don't think you're gonna get him now. You had that working for you, home field advantage, and he hasn't fought in a year. You know what I mean? Yo, he fought I think he fought Andrew Maloney like 3 times, bro. Like, and then he just had like a long ass layoff after that. It's like, bro, if you ain't get him then, you ain't gonna get him now. So,
Julius, what do you think about Carlos Smith versus Debian? The guy
who?
Because he has a fight scheduled. I can see it here.
Oh, you talking about Callum Smith's next fight?
Callum Smith's next fight.
I haven't. I don't know. I gotta look at that guy, bro. I never even heard of that guy. I don't know where they found that guy, bro.
Yeah. So now that the third opponent for Adrian Broner has been mysteriously been pulled out, is the seventh fighter Mickey Bay going to be like the? Are they still fighting this weekend, or is that part of the?
They fighting. They fighting, bro. They fighting. They is fighting. But
that's this weekend, right?
Yep. On Black Prom.
But who's got that though? Yeah, oh, Black Prom, yeah.
Ain't that gonna be Black Prom?
Yeah. It's just that Broner ain't gonna be fighting.
Who y'all got in that fight?
Bro, I don't. Why you do that? Don't do that.
The fans win.
Motherfucker, no motherfucker. I ain't even gonna say that. Don't do that shit, yo.
The way they Photoshop Tevin's eyes to look straight got me down.
Well, they're gonna Photoshop people in the stands.
You know who he look like? Who remember Predator?
Man. Oh shit. Oh, I already know where he's going with this.
I'm gonna have me something. I'm gonna have me something. I'm gonna have me something. He looked just like dude from Predator.
Hey, that dude Callum Smith is about to fight, man. His opponent, this dude, is coming off of his last 2 opponents, combined 14 losses.
Jesus Christ.
He won them by decision.
Yeah, stay busy.
He beat a dude who was 27-7, and then he beat a dude who was 6-7.
Bro.
Callum Smith's fighting that guy.
But you already know what kind of fight that is, bro.
Bro, it's gonna be another. He gonna put that kid to sleep, dude.
I mean, but at the same time, I can't get mad because he gotta keep busy while he wait. You know, he ain't gonna get Artur. He waiting for Artur, but he know Artur not gonna come back to the ring till the 3rd or the 4th quarter. So that's what. And I can't, even though I dig it. Like I get it, bro. I do get it. I do understand.
Yeah, but Eddie would make more money with a Buatsi Smith fight.
I agree.
He kind of fumbled there. I don't know if maybe Buatsi passed on it.
Bro, Eddie already said that he passed on Bivol before.
Yeah, but that
y'all think he's feeding Buatsi to Bivol? Like, listen, I got nothing left for you other than the Callum Smith fight down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But we can really call him feed him to Bivol because he's giving Buatsi a title shot.
Yeah, but you know that he don't want that shit.
Yeah, but like, there's nothing else left for Buatsi.
If you think about where 175 is at, right? He hit a wall, bro. He really did. Like he hit a wall, cause it's like, what's the alternative to Bivol? Better be what you gonna beat him?
Yo, and it's crazy because Anthony Yard stepped up twice, 3 times already before Buatsi, and you're the one with all the amateur pedigree and the hype and like all this other shit.
I can see him beating Anthony Yard, but after that, I don't see him beating anybody else.
I can't see. I'm with Mike. I can see him.
I agree,
but nobody else.
But it's just like, why haven't you taken that step yet? Like, why aren't you fighting guys around that level already?
Because his own trainer said he's not ready.
The funniest shit is when you look at a guy and people wonder why you talk up a John Ryder, right? John didn't have to go to BT. He did not have to do that. He didn't have to do that. He chose to do that. I don't know what Buatsi wants, bro. To be real, like, what you want, bro? Would you, if Frank offered you some shit to go over there and fight Anthony, would you take it? I don't know what the guy wants. And I know, you fighting Bivol.
I mean,
but like I said, it felt like he hit a wall. Like, well, now you got to fight somebody, bro, because there ain't nothing left but somebody's for you to fight. Training wheels got to come off, bro.
So when is that fight with Bivol?
They try to do that for June in the UAE.
Someone said Buatsi versus Zerto.
That's a good fight. I like that. I don't know. You want my honest opinion? Zerto gets him.
Dang.
I'm not playing. Off of the volume. He'll get him. Off of the volume, just the work rate. Buatsi only.
You know how you say. Go ahead, man.
Buatsi only throw 1 and 2 punches at a time, bro. You can't do that with a guy like that. You got to do what Bivol did. Stay with him, stay on him, keep working. It's one punch, one hard punch is not going to keep him off you.
I mean, you know how you say like Bivol is kind of a small, like a heavyweight. Do you think it's the same thing with Buatsi? Like he can go down to 168.
Buatsi could fight at 168, bro. That dude is little.
That dude is
he's better off, in my opinion.
Yeah, like he thin is what I see. He thin. Jose, I talked about that shit, bro. I said that I'm not surprised. All this time they've been trying to make it seem like Crawford don't want these guys when it's these guys that don't want Crawford. If the president of the BO said, yo, we offered him to him 2 times, that's it. Case closed, bro. So I don't ever want to hear about, Crawford was like, nah, Crawford was not ducking shit, B. I said, even months ago, I said, bro, if you Golden Boy, do you want to do that right now? Of course not. Now, maybe later they'll build it. Maybe later, but not. They didn't want that shit a year ago or a year and a half ago. Come on, B. But that's the other thing about a lot of the arguments in boxing. They seem to rely on the lack of common sense. You could have looked at that and thought, yo, you think Oscar wanted to make that shit in 2020? No. 2021? No. 2022? No. So what the fuck?
Yeah, but let's not mistake this. Virgil Ortiz has not been cloud chasing Terence Crawford because all these comments are not coming from him, are not coming from his team. The one that has been cloud chasing Terence Crawford is Butsenis.
I agree with you.
Well, to be fair though, Virgil did call him out at the end of his fight. He did say he wanted Crawford next, and apparently he was doing that. He was turning him down the entire time.
He called him out at the end of the Igas Calviasis fight.
Mm-hmm. Y'all remember that?
I remember that.
That's proof that it was his team then.
I'm just saying that I'm not going to make excuses for Virgil any more than I would make excuses for anyone else. I did not think your team or whatever, y'all didn't want that, and y'all don't want that. Now, at this point, I do believe it's a fight that Oscar is willing to build. Why? You need champions. You don't have any. You had champions before. You don't have any now. You don't. You need like to me. He should, you need to get Crawford on board for that Rocha fight at least. You need to deliver content to your broadcast partner. That's a championship fight that you could deliver. And to put asses in the seats. Do it on the West Coast. He needs fighters.
I'm not trying to make excuses for him or anything, but I'm just
saying. No. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that I'm going to give him the same heat that I would give anybody else, even though I like him. I think he's a good young fighter. The facts are what the facts are. Paco aired it out. So it is like, y'all didn't want no problems. So all this bullshit about Bud's scared. Bud ain't scared of none of these guys, man. Fuck.
That all that comes from Earl Spence fans. That's where that shit comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Because Virgil's not out here talking crazy. He knows better.
Bro, the funny shit is Virgil don't even talk like that. Like he just play the guitar and shit.
Yeah, be strumming the guitar, fucking
don't be
listening to satanic music. Doesn't say nothing.
Yeah, he's a Satanist, bro. He don't got time to be worrying about Crawford.
I saw an interview where Oscar was saying he wants to represent him for the Spence fight.
And realistically, Ortiz is not scared to fight Bud. Ultimately, what it is, his team doesn't think he's ready for the fight yet. That's why they keep turning it down. Ortiz wants a fight.
But the thing
Ortiz has executive privilege, though.
But can we say that the narrative that they tried to paint with all of this is that Crawford, right, was afraid of Virgil.
The
So,
question, the question you have to ask.
This is the point I'm making, that they assigned the blame to the fighter, but when it turns out that the fighter that you was blaming is not at fault, then who we gonna blame? We gotta blame the other fighter. What? Y'all was just blaming Crawford.
Who has Crawford ever ducked? Who has Crawford ever been afraid of? That's all I want to know. Just point.
Yeah, you already know where that
fights all his mandatories.
Errol Spence.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
Of course, he didn't sign the contract to fight.
The back end money. He didn't accept the back end money.
The guy's been fighting for like 20-something years of his life, and so suddenly Earl Spence is, Sugar Ray Leonard. He's afraid of him. Give me a fucking break.
Exactly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Spence took the easy route.
Can you guys believe that they still haven't announced that fucking shit, bro?
Which one?
Yeah, the Spence
Thurman, bro.
Bro, they haven't announced any of the fights. Wilder Ruiz, Spence Thurman.
Wilder Ruiz looks like Eddie. Jules, is Eddie getting that fight? You think so?
Look, this is for those that didn't see the last video I uploaded.
I was gonna watch it.
This is the word on the street. The word on the street is that when Wilder spoke to 78 Sports, he told him that he's gonna go to Saudi because he's looking for potential suitors for the fight. And a part of the reason that he said he's willing to box on any platform is because Eddie might facilitate the deal. That's the word on the street.
Well, that's not even just the word on the street. Eddie said in an interview, like, we want to do business with Wilder and we want to make that fight with Ruiz in the Middle East. Like, bro, fuck it. If that takes us one step closer to seeing Wilder get his ass kicked by AJ, then let's do it.
Yo, I want him. Listen, I want him to go over there, bro. Like, this shit is dumb. Like, I don't understand this guy. Like, yo, you 38 going on 39, my guy.
I mean, you staying on a platform. You staying on the platform, they gotta wait for re-up money that you're not even sure they're gonna get.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know that your pay-per-view didn't sell nothing. You know that his pay-per-view didn't sell nothing. What is y'all playing games for?
Bro, Eddie has a fishing rod with $1 at the end of it.
It don't even make sense. It's like these guys, I don't know, like maybe they live in a bubble and they don't understand that just the act of you joining forces with the almighty Eddie Hearns, that's gonna breathe a life into that fight that it didn't even have. Mm-hmm. Not because it's Ruiz, but because Eddie got the shit.
Yeah, and Julio, if Eddie got a dollar bill from hanging from his fishing rod, what does Steven Espinosa have? A food stamp bill?
Hold on.
He has
like that old guy. Go ahead.
Marriage is because it's Spencer's fault, bro. It's Spencer's fault, and none of them arguments you never made convinced nobody, bro. It's always been Spencer's fault. You acting like you changed somebody's mind with that shit you said. None of that shit.
We've been over this 100 times.
Yo, Mirage, I need you to do Mirage. Go ahead.
Like that old guy on the TV commercial with
no,
the
ahead,
fishing pole. Oh, you almost got it. You were so close. Keep trying.
Word. We almost had Spence versus Crawford, but Spencer didn't want to take that $25 million. So Mirage, I want you to do a homework assignment. Go on Instagram and go to Buzz Instagram and see that video and study.
Yeah. What the argument
for the man.
With Spencer, the problem that they have is they expect everyone to take as much on belief as they do. Most of the shit that they think about that entire ordeal is belief. It's not fact. It's belief. Whereas I don't believe that Crawford's not with Top Rank. I know he's not with Top Rank. So the onus to do the deal is on y'all. It's not complicated. The onus to do the deal and create terms of engagement that are agreeable to both parties, the responsibility is on them. It's not on him. He don't have a promoter. And you still didn't do the deal, even though he did what you asked him to do. You didn't want Top Rank to be involved. You didn't want it to be on ESPN. Okay, that's the situation. What's the problem now? Oh, you blaming him because he took a tune-up fight late last year. According to y'all, the fucking fight wasn't going to happen last year anyway.
What do you mean phantom money? He literally got paid $10 million for Avenesian.
No, but Julius, you are not being fair because the fight was the Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford, according to sources, was scheduled for January of this year. It was, according to my sources, until Crawford fucked it up.
It's so much done. Like, yo, y'all decide, and it's the funny thing. I'm not y'all. If the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be saying about Spence what I said. I'd be saying about Crawford what I say about Spence. I'm not y'all. But the proliferation of evidence all points in one direction. If you don't want to see that, that is not my fucking problem. I do not have to believe what you believe.
So like, Rocha is like confirmed next, pretty much.
Yeah, he's the mandatory. He's number one.
No, Crawford doesn't avoid mandatories, unlike some welterweights.
So does realistically? So we heard the big hubbub about Spence and about Thurman, right? They pretty much like came out and said it's going to be signed, it's going to happen. We haven't heard a single thing in about 2 weeks to 3 weeks. What is going on?
Re-up money.
I mean, does anybody really care? To be honest,
I'm not saying if I care or not, but what more so is that both these guys don't have a fight. Now there's a lot of stuff brewing, but realistically, is there any smoke where there's fire when it comes out? Is there any way they're actually trying to get a deal done without it being public?
All the money is going to Tank for that fight.
Well, look, I mean, I do get where Villain's coming from. That things are really quiet. Like things are quiet for Crawford too, and you know that could it be possible that behind the scenes they're revisiting the deal? I would believe you, Villain, right? Or I would go with you on that path. But when I talked to Coach was just up there in Omaha, Nebraska. He was just up there with Crawford. There was a story that was published by way of the Michael Benson and all these people that, oh, yeah, they're going back into talks. Coach spoke to Crawford. Crawford told him, yo, we can't get a call back from these people.
I mean,
that kills it right there.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't doubt that. I mean, knowing how they're running shit over there at the PBC.
And Coach ain't gonna lie. He ain't gonna make something up for ratings.
Of course not, bro. He's a Capricorn. He ain't got no reason to be lying. He said he spoke to him and he showed him. You know, he didn't want to say too much, but he spoke to him and he showed him, like, look, we can't get a call back from these people.
It's crazy. Yeah, they should put Spence Thurman on the Tank Garcia prelims.
Well, that's the question you have to figure out. So if you look at it, if you're just logical, so they planned on having Thurman fight him. Because what did they do early on? Somehow the guy was elevated from his couch to number one in the WBC. Thurman let the cat out of the bag and even said basically he wants Spence next. They're going to fight next. Then after that, they go through these fake, alleged, negotiations and talks. Of course, Crawford, who's tired of bullshit, says, "Fucking, I ain't going to do this. So I'll go get some money and fight." After that, what happens is they come out, they do a smear campaign on Crawford. He goes, "Listen, I'm ready to spin the block. Let's do this. Go ahead, let's get it done." Of course, he reaches out, and then nothing has happened. So clearly, I mean, if you cannot understand like just logical things that are happening, then you're stupid.
I mean, like I said, like most of this argument, which is why I don't like to waste time on it anymore, and I really don't like to do videos about it anymore, is because most of the arguments levied against Crawford boil down to beliefs. I don't give a fuck what you believe. Here's reality. The onus to do the fight is on Al Heyman. It can't be on Crawford because he doesn't have a promoter. The money to bankroll the fight, the deal, all of it is supposed to come from you. And you have not, look, in other words, if I'm the negotiator, I'm the guy that's supposed to do the fight between Villain and Leo, right? I got to make that happen. So if it don't happen, whose fault is it? It's not complicated. We're in February, and we're at the end of February, right? Crawford already had his fight. That was over a month ago. You haven't spun the block yet.
Sir, it's almost 2 months. They fought in December. We're working on March.
But just the entire Showtime side, fuck them, man. Just dealing with them is ridiculous.
And if you want to believe you want to keep believing this, people, go ahead, be obtuse. I'm not trying to convince Mirage. Listen, I'm not trying to convince Mirage of what I believe. He wants to convince me. Don't you see how he gets whenever Crawford is brought up?
I think Mirage is trying to get your blood pressure up because every single fucking time he comes on here, it's always some bullshit.
Honestly. But it never works, but...
Julius, let me ask you this. Have you seen a worse contract for a big fight than this Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford?
The only contract that I could think of that was semblant was Kovalev's contract in the second Andre Ward fight, to where all he really stood to make was from the upside of the pay-per-view, and because there was no upside, didn't make shit.
Bro, did you hear what Eddie Hearn said? Like, they asked him about, because like it was when Oscar was going crazy on Twitter and like saying shit about Showtime because the fight wasn't getting made between Ryan and Tank. He said that like when he saw that, he kind of cringed because he knows how the Showtime people will take it and how personal they take shit and how they'll like sink a fight over shit like that. And like just knowing that, like the fact that he said that, it's just like, man, these people are impossible to deal with. And I should have never had faith that fight was going to happen just because they're involved.
Yeah. But what have I been saying for about 5 years? When they're involved, shit don't happen. The only reason we're getting Fulton, and I don't care what Mike Kopinger said on ESPN. I'm not fucking stupid. I know what my instincts tell me. The only reason, and I underestimated Fulton. I shouldn't have did that. I did underestimate him, and that's what I was wrong.
Me too. I apologize.
I have to give him, if they fight, and there's still room for shit to go wrong. But if they fight, I have to admit I was wrong about him. He did want that fight. But the other stuff is just a fact. Al Heyman's not promoting that show. Al Heyman's not distributing that show. The less he's involved, the better, because the less he's involved, the higher the probability that it actually happens. For example, Ruiz was a PBC fighter, but you just let him go to Matchroom for the Joshua fight, right? You weren't involved with distributing that fight. You weren't involved with promoting it. And did it happen? Same with Felix Diaz and Terence Crawford. You weren't involved in the distribution of that fight or the promotion. That's why it happened. Now, when you are involved with these things and you want to leverage everything in your favor, well, no, you're not going to reach a deal with anybody doing business like that. You're not. You want everything to be in your favor. And why, though? You don't believe in your product. It's not complicated. When you need that much to be leveraged in your favor, you must not like your guys' chances or something. Because you can't. How are you going to do a deal? How?
And look where that philosophy got them. They're fucking contracting, and they have to send their fighters out more often now.
You know what's the least they could do, it's starting to bother me a little bit. The least they could do would be what Eddie does and just give them a rematch clause immediately. I don't like rematch clauses all the time, but that's the least they can do. If they're really that worried about their fighter losing, just put a rematch clause.
Yeah, but look at who has the rematch. See, this is the weird thing. Okay, the first time out, when they offered Wilder a deal, it was a one-way rematch clause. Wilder complained. Understood. Because the next time they did give you a rematch clause. But look at how they do business. Oh, Gervonta has a rematch clause, but Ryan doesn't. The same reason that you had Wilder walk away from that deal is the same reason why Ryan could have walked away from this deal. And had he walked away, what would you be saying? Oh, he fucked up the fight. Wait a minute. Wilder walked away from that deal because Joshua had a rematch clause. You're saying you wanted it to be a two-way rematch clause. They conceded. They gave you that. If Ryan were to walk away, would you concede and give him a rematch clause? No, you'd wrap it around his neck and blame him. You wouldn't do what they did. Not only did they offer Wilder more money to bring him back to the table and a percentage of the pay-per-view, they actually gave him a two-way rematch clause. If Ryan would have said, fuck you, and I'm out of here because you got a rematch clause and I don't, you wouldn't have conceded. You would have wrapped it around his neck, same thing you're doing with Crawford, and blamed him because that's how y'all do business. The axis of power is so lopsided. I'm like, well, how could you possibly hope to negotiate a deal like this? Ryan must really think he's going to knock this guy out. That's all I can say. He must really believe it.
He believes it. He really does.
Because he doesn't have a rematch clause, right? Few assurances. He's coming to you. And that's the one credit that I will give him. You would never do that.
Bro, I need Ryan to knock him out now.
I hope so.
Please, bro.
I'm telling you, that's the one thing I got to give Nail Polish Kid. Whatever's whatever. He believes in himself.
Bro.
You don't believe in yourself. That's why it's at 136. That's why you have a rematch clause and he doesn't.
Yep.
You don't believe in yourself, and they don't believe in you.
Ryan has a shirt. He has a shirt tied in a knot, and he has full confidence.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the fence between Tank and Amir Chicano. You know, I still think it's a 50-50 fight.
I don't really care for the Jono Sabo kid, but I have to look at it objectively, and what I see is he's been true to his word. He believes he can beat him. He's doing what he's. Remember what he said and what he's been saying for a long time. In spite of Golden Boy, I'm not letting them get in the way of this fight. He's been true to his word. He's not letting the platform stuff stop him. He believes he can beat him for whatever reason. Maybe he had like a wet dream or something. I don't know. It's fucking kids.
Yeah. Oscar said they were going to make an announcement, and soon was like 2 days ago. Soon as now.
You had to re-up first. Nah, but like Tank has always been the most vulnerable out of all those, like what they called the Four Kings at the time. Like he was always the most vulnerable one. So I don't blame him, honestly.
I guess, but it's that he's going. I guess this is like his legendary 3 o'clock high moment. You know, he takes on the big bad bully who he's taller than.
Yo, that's hilarious.
You know, these kids are weird, man.
This would be like if Goliath just stepped on David and squashed him like a bug.
For real, like between all the top guys, right, in 135 and lightweight, right? If there was a gunfight to break out, like if they were in the same room in a gunfight, Ryan would be the first one to hit the floor crying.
Yeah. Ryan know how to do the table, bro.
Yeah, Loma would just grab his Kalashnikov.
Yeah, he do his Neo
Pretty much.
shit.
Pretty much.
Start kicking bullets with his teeth and shit. Anyway, on that note, fellas, catch you on the next
Have a good night, man.
Everybody have a good evening. Take care of yourself. Be safe.
Later.
Thanks for having me on, brother. Have a good one.
No problem.